I literally put on my to-do list. I was like, go to liquor store and meet the mayor. Hello and welcome back to that Pretentious Book Club.
Welcome, friends, countrymen,
Lovers.
And me.
And Gino. She's over there. She's also there.
Our Virginia's for lovers. It's my new place you're from.
I like that. That's a good place to be from.
Well,
Here are your hosts.
my God. It's like,
My name is Ash, but you can call me Wheezy, which it ain't easy to be.
there we go. I like it. It's a twist.
I make you.
I'll introduce her. And my name is Kendall Shaw, but some people call me Dr. Spoon's Palermo. And when they do that, I say, hi, howdy.
I like it. This is a really good refresh of our.
Good.
And over here on the other screen, you have Gino, no name, anything, and G'day, down under. Yeah.
I like it.
Wow, we are all so fresh
Right.
today. This is what we've been lacking. This is what we needed to be a professional
Really bring us up a notch.
Oh my God.
We might get to 32 views this time.
Hey, Grandma.
Hi, Mom. My mom listens anymore, to be so for real. Any of my family listens anymore at all. And they were
My
like
mom-
solid the first year. They've given up.
My mom definitely does listen to the point where I stopped into her house like 2 hours ago. My dad goes, uh-oh, someone's here. And my mom goes, she's just coming to get drinks for a podcast recording today. I didn't tell her I was going to
She
or
just
anything.
knew.
She just knew I was coming to raid the liquor cabinet.
Oh, my God.
That's so funny.
I was
Hi,
like, what?
Gino's mom.
What?
I
Cheers, Gina's mom.
Yeah. I almost slipped up and said your real name because wedding things are happening. So I keep having to use a real name when I discuss things with people who don't call you Gino. And it's really honestly rude of them to get with appropriate. Really do. It throws me so bad. And I honest to God, I'm like kind of annoyed every time that I have to write your actual name.
Literally no one else in my life calls me that. Well, that's just like I sent you that text of, it was like, oh, send this to your friend or whatever your friend's first letter of their first name is as your next destination. And for W, it had New York. And I was like, like New York, I go there a lot. I don't really want to go to New York. And I was like, wait, her real name isn't.
Start with
C.
Start with C. That's
I was like, hey, guess what? We're going to Greece now.
Not bad.
hell yeah. So I did, and literally as she texted me that, then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the same thing with her, and I did the exact same thing, and I was, where is the G? I believe it was Italy, so hey, not bad.
Yeah.
You guys can make 2 stops, just.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're
Quick
close
little
together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just take
That's
a boat.
but it's fine.
So, how's y'all been doing?
Well, over here, we've been doing all right. Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not, can't complain.
Had another liquor store encounter
Oh
today.
my God, yeah. When I got here, she was like, you know what? The liquor store is like, what's happening? Like, last year, I was true. I agree.
I did, and then today I met a distributor for my bookshop for like possibly wine and possibly whiskey.
Yeah.
I was just in there and they were like doing tastings, I guess, trying to see if the shop wants to carry this whiskey of theirs that they're now distributing. And they were like, the sweet lady behind the desk was like, can I help you with something? And I was like, no, I was like, I'm here for gin and mead, but I was craving whiskey. So I was looking at the whiskeys. And then the distributor sales guys were there like, would you like some of this whiskey? And so I just got like a free shot of Banff whiskey. And it was super good.
Nice.
Anyway.
I can go to the liquor store. Every time you go, something good happens.
So true. And I pulled up and I thought, oh, I should have just gone to like Specs or another like chain liquor store or something, because I was like, I don't want to talk to people, and I know that I'm going to talk to people if I go in there. It's like a little neighborhood place, but then it turned out well. So, hello, kitten, but not the kitten.
She's
It's
trying to-
kitten.
She's trying to destroy the computer. So I
Oh,
had to-
good.
of course.
On the day's work.
Obviously, yeah, makes sense.
Well, how are you doing over there in Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Slash version.
Yeah.
Yeah. She splits her
Virginia,
time.
Australia.
Yeah. Ever heard of it?
No, Lilith. She's trying so hard to ruin everything.
That's what my grandma said about me.
Gone.
I'm just kidding. That was my dad.
Is now a new segment, Trauma Corner.
La- Ladies don't start fights, but we can finish them.
So cute.
I have the only cat that's not in this room right now, a new family member. She's been here about a week. She is a kitten. Her name is Pretentious.
You guys are always weaning with animal names.
And yeah, about a week ago, was going to leave and I heard a commotion in the backyard of birds. And I was like, whoa, where'd all these birds come from? No, all the chickens and ducks.
I don't think so. Bird first.
Um,
To do with all these birds. Yeah.
They were making noises like something was up. So I went back there and I thought I saw a tail go into the trees. And I was like, curses.
After this
but it
book,
didn't look
that's
like
terrifying.
a raccoon.
You followed
It
it?
didn't look like. Well, yeah. Because I was trying to
Would
figure
be
out what it
me.
was. And it kind of looked like a cat, but it didn't look like any cat I knew. And it was just a tail. That's all I saw. And then I thought maybe it was a weasel, but I don't even know if weasels live here. And I was like, maybe a capybara, because no, those aren't in Australia. A wombat. Maybe it's a wombat, because I'm in Australia. But I told Phil, I was like, hey, because we have cameras pointing back there now to see all the raccoons trying to kill my chickens and succeeding. And I was like, can you go back like 5 minutes and see what was on the camera? And he said, all I could see is birds. And I was like, okay, well, keep an eye on it and like set off the alarm that screams at things. So if anything comes, it'll run away. It won't kill him. So then like
What a great
day
job
goes
that
on.
would be.
5 hours later, it's pretty much nighttime. So I go outside to do the nighttime bird routine and put them all away. And there's a commotion again, but instead of like running the opposite way of something, they all seem to be going towards something, which is very strange because usually they're like raccoon,
It's like you didn't even read this
falcon or
book.
whatever.
You're just, where are the alarm
I'm a white
bells?
woman. I am a white woman with animals, wild animals.
Oh my gosh.
And I look, and behind our big duck pond, it's just a big kiddie pool. There's a tiny little kitten, like just spring from all these birds that are like, let's attack this. And I was like, oh, come here. And she ran right to me. I picked her up. I came inside. I was like, I know what belonged to the tail earlier. And he's like, what?
Our new baby.
Because I'm trying to walk through the house. I'm trying to walk through the house to get to him to show him. I don't just want to be like, okay. Oh, he keeps going, what? And I get into the room and he's like, oh my gosh. Mind you, he did not want cats to begin with. The cats that we got were because I wanted cats. And he immediately takes her from me.
Of course.
And he was like, well, now we have 3. And I said, I did not say we have 3. And he was like, no, now we have 3. She's saying, I was like, well, my mom really wants another cat. We could just give her to her. And he was like, I don't know. And literally the next day I said, so what's going on with the cat? He goes, I don't know. But her name is Pretentious. So I was like, okay, so we're keeping her.
So you have another
It's
cat.
like, you named her. We're keeping
When your mom was like, I just don't know if we're ready for another dog. And your dad was like, I named him Gus.
Yeah.
And she was like, so we have another dog.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because I was like, I'm okay with not keeping this kitten. Especially because I knew it had a home to go to.
Mhm.
Like, so it's like, yeah, it's okay. We can just give her
Yeah.
away. Like, we've got a good household as is. And he
You
was
know
like,
what?
her name
White
is Darth
women-
Kittius.
White women get like the reputation for being like the animal, like saviors and like the pushovers. But I mean, your dad, Phil, and Javi, when those puppies all showed up, like what, last year now or something? I don't know. He was the one who was like, so we're keeping a puppy. And I was like, no, we're not keeping a puppy. And he was like, but we could keep a puppy and we could have 3
Because
dogs.
the white women have to take care of them.
Well, it's all these white boys that are like on the low. They're like, we want to be the saviors of the sweet little fluffy thing.
Yes.
Inside all of us, I'm sure, as
a
a
white
human is like, Like, yeah,
This white.
white woman with 30 cats, like it's kind of where we're at.
Some of them are feral. Honestly, do you know your raccoon stories have scarred me? I've had nightmares recently about just like a
I
monster
have
army of
nightmares too.
raccoons.
I have nightmares too. How many nights I wake up like in cold sweats of just like my birds being murdered by raccoons or just raccoons surrounding me or whatever. And some of those nights I wake up and I'm like, oh no, something actually is happening. And I just know it. And I go out there and someone's being murdered. And other
Wow.
nights I just wake up and I'm like,
someone's
Yeah, in my dreams,
someone's being murdered.
someone's being murdered.
You know, it happens in the country life. Hashtag.
I had I live in New York City.
Right.
My bad.
Right.
I forgot.
And tonight when I was putting them away, I don't know. I shouldn't brag about this because it's gonna go away. Knock on wood. I have this weird sixth sense about my animals, I guess, because there are places that they don't really go, so I don't really check for them generally. And then randomly I'll be like, I'm gonna look under this tarp, like tonight. And I had a chicken that decided that she was gonna sit on some eggs under this tarp where they never are, and you could never have found her. But I was like, ma'am, you are going to be eaten by a raccoon. You must go in the coop. But I never look under there. And tonight I was like, I'm going to look under here.
Knew. You were.
Yeah, I've done that like 3 or 4 times recently in
crazy.
different spots that birds have been. And I don't even count them either. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm missing one.
Right.
There's too many to count.
See, I love that because you're like, it's cool that you have a sixth sense. But if that was happening to me, I feel like I would be paranoid at all times. Like any fleeting thought I had to do anything, I'd be like, I have to because a chicken will die if I don't, like it would send me into.
I started that way, and then I dropped off into a really steep apathy where I was like,
I think that might be where I am.
They're
especially
just
after
so
they're
edible.
just constantly murdered.
Yeah, everything wants to eat them, and they're not good at keeping themselves alive. So
Think I
I don't
have.
know if you need a wipe for the sticky
of
honey
the-
in your hands. I'm sorry. I put honey on our cocktail glasses in preparation for this drink, and it was delicious and beautiful, but also there were honey on our glasses. Very messy.
I think I have 4 roosters of the chickens I hatched. I think 4 of them are roosters. I know I have at least 1, but 4 of them look like it. One of them.
So that's 4
already.
chicken dinners right there.
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby.
And then of the ducklings, they're all starting to get their voices now. And every day I go out there and I like stare at them really hard to see who's talking because they all yell at the same time. I'm trying to discern whose voice belongs to who. And I'm like, okay, are you like, I have one that's a full pekin duckling. And I'm like, you cannot be a boy. I cannot have a boy pekin. And finally today she quacked and like as a female. And so I was like, hey,
amazing. That's so funny.
but yeah, so I have cat, I have bird.
Yeah.
I feel like I have other things, but I just have a lot to talk about myself this time actually.
Go
Phil
for it.
has gone pure a beautiful mind on me, and he started drawing on the walls.
Okay.
Like I came out and I thought he was doing math equations on the walls at first, and I was like,
He was doing Goodwill
Like,
Hunting, Yvonne.
I was really afraid. Oh yeah, that's what it's Goodwill Hunting. But no, he decided that he's gonna paint a mural on our wall, and he just started scribbling in pencil all over.
Oh, is he
it.
artsy?
And he's just been scribbling all over it. He likes to be artsy. He doesn't do it a lot. And so there's this giant, it was supposed to be a goblin, I guess, but I thought it looked like a dragon. Like it's really cute. It's a cartoonish looking goblin. And so I thought it was a dragon. You just couldn't like see the bottom half because it's like peeking over the edge of the wall. And then like there's buildings and a vampire moon. But yeah, he's gotten, he'll randomly just start scribbling all over the wall.
What inspiration.
Really doing it.
That's amazing.
It's like, are you okay?
Oh my God.
But yeah,
That's fantastic.
I have pictures to send you.
That's amazing.
He's living his best life.
Yeah, truly.
Letting his inspiration just flow. Creativity is pouring out of him. I love it. Yeah, I want to picture it.
I love the confidence to be able to like draw or like paint a picture on your own wall. I don't have that skill or confidence. It's the only thing I don't have confidence in myself in, probably.
When my brother...
I think he got like, go ahead.
Oh, Well, you can go. It's okay. You're
I think he got like halfway done and he was like, "Is this okay?"
You're like, well, you already did it. So.
Well, if you're halfway through, buddies, so.
Just gonna say when my brother lived in New York for like one summer, I went and visited him, and the like basement apartment he lived in with two other people, they had drawn over every wall and surface in that apartment. Like it was so crazy. They knew the like person who owned it, and he was like, "Yeah, whatever, I don't care." But I walked in and I was like, "What?" Like it was so crazy, like just Sharpie all over the walls. Oh my God, we're seeing Phil's.
We're looking at Phil's artwork.
Wow.
This is, I promise you guys, this is much bigger than you're thinking.
You think, yeah.
It definitely,
It's
for
like
sure.
the whole wall.
It's the whole wall.
Oh, you guys have the nice, what's that called again?
Trim?
Yeah, like when it goes up on the, like half of the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to know what
Anyway,
it's called.
I like.
Yeah, it's nice.
Dang.
And now it's extra
him.
nice.
Yeah, now it's being used for art.
I'm not going to lie. My child might be frightened of that when we come see you, but that's okay. It's okay. It builds character.
Look at it, Riley. Look at it.
My child today at preschool decided to pull down his pants and diaper and pee in the middle of his classroom. So we're potty training. So
all in its work.
the first thing when Hobby told me that that's what the teachers told him when he picked up today, I was like, I'm honestly impressed he's finally getting the concept of taking off his diaper to go pee. Because right now he'll go sit on his little like toddler potty, but he has been like, absolutely not going to take off my diaper to do this. And I'm like, well, it kind of defeats the purpose if you're wearing your diaper and your pants and you're fully clothed on the potty.
We're missing a step here,
We're
but
missing one step. And I know that he was sort of getting it last week because I was trying to take off his diaper to put him in the bath after he'd been sitting on the potty. He was still peeing in his diaper when I took off his diaper, put it in the bathtub from the potty. And I was like, so connections are happening. We're firing on all cylinders. We are getting
I need to just really, locked in here.
Yeah. And he's been bit again, in case anyone was wondering. I don't think I've been updating the pod, but there is a hungry kid in his class.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He's getting
That's like bit by what?
constantly by another child.
Like it's
Almost every
one of his
day.
friends.
You need to
when
send
we
him
call
with
them
like
all
a
friends,
granola
it's
bar.
nice. It's the PC thing to do when you work at a preschool is you
Right.
call them all friends. And they're like, yeah, Riley had a really good day. One of his friends bit him.
Like I'm never good of a friend. Oh, one of the blonde girls.
I don't know.
Okay,
They won't tell you because that's the thing to do is you don't ever tell because you don't want the preschool parents to be at each other.
Right.
So you don't tell them.
Yeah.
But it's gotta
I
be
don't
the
know.
same
That seems
kid.
wrong to me.
I felt that way when I worked at a preschool too. But yeah, you would we just never told them. And there was like this weird etiquette where like the parents didn't ask, but you could tell they wanted to know. But because they didn't ask, we never told them. And that horrible weird etiquette still continues. And so I haven't asked.
No.
So I
I'd
don't
be
know.
like, give me names.
I want names. I did today for the first, yesterday was when he got bit again. And so like for the first time I was like, I kind of want to go bite the kid back. I need to know what kid this is. I was like, I'm getting upset.
That's why they don't tell you. That's like a 2-year-old.
Like the first 3 times he got bit, I was like, these things happen.
He's a lot of fat.
They target it and they're like, well, Riley and his friend were playing with the Tonka truck and Riley didn't want to let go of the Tonka truck and his friend was trying to take it and then his friend bit him. And I was like,
First thing you need to do is go look at all the kids in his class and see how many of them have teeth.
Yeah, match those teeth marks to his like.
I do need to.
Because you know some of them only have like 1
same
tooth,
crescent.
some have
like
2
it's the
teeth. Yeah,
same
exactly.
shape every time. I'm
Exactly.
going to be the same.
Getting bit hurt. Like,
Yeah.
and it's also like dangerous.
Yeah, no.
Nasty germs.
So gross. Yeah. Every time it's hard enough to leave a mark. And they're like, yeah, he cried. We washed it and cleaned it. And he was really sad for a while. Then he got over it.
I'd be sad
Send
too.
him
if
to
someone
school
bit me.
with some jerky or something and be like, anytime that kid comes near you, fend him off.
Oh, I
with
thought
some
you were going to
jerky.
say something like, cover him in that stuff that like parents like, y'all remember when like that thing.
Oh, the thumb
The
sucking
stuff that's supposed
stuff
to make,
that
like,
tastes-
Well, like for your nails to stop chewing them, you can
Oh,
put the stuff on to make
yeah.
it as bad. Just bathe them in that stuff so the kid bites him. It's like,
I'll never bite again.
Spray him with like mosquito stuff.
that's a good
Or
idea.
sunscreen, you know?
Yeah.
None of that tastes good.
Yeah.
It's just like
Just baby oil so the teeth just slip right off. The teachers can't pick him up.
You're armoring Riley. It's like he's going into battle. Like,
You'll find he'll wait a little bit. And then he comes home, and of course, he's forgotten about it by then. But if I go, did you get bit today? He'll go,
yeah.
oh. And he'll like really seriously, yeah. And then he'll look because he can't remember which arm it is at first. And he'll go, and then he'll find it and he'll go, and he'll point and tap on it and go, yeah. Like, oh,
And he can't tell you who it is.
no. I literally was like, is it this one? Is it that one? Point? Is it this other one? Which child, bitch?
Oh my God.
Gosh. It's actually his cousin sneaking into school to
It
buy
probably
things.
it sounds like her, you know.
Son would do.
Bless her heart.
Son would
She is such a brute. Predator.
I don't know why, but I think it's because I was listening to our last podcast recently, but the other day it popped into my head when you started to say that you were talking about anesthesia and labor or something, and something about drinking, and you're like, I would like it would have been so much better. Sound like you were gonna say it was so much better being drunk,
which I wasn't typically.
It sounded like it. Even
I'm
listening
being
to
a
it the
baby
second
when
time, I
you're
was
drunk.
like, this sun's coming. You're like,
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it sober.
Oh, thank God for whiskey. You know?
But when I was ending the episode, I heard it and I was like, yeah, that really does sound like that's what this.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. Sounds
I
my
was just like
best.
randomly laughing out of nowhere the other day about that. It popped to my head.
Well, I'm glad that I can entertain
I
a
love
little bit.
Hours
Listen.
and hours of fun. Remember? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Well, hey, should we talk about the book or our drink and then the book?
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to let you guys introduce the drink because I want to go make another shaker of the
Do.
So,
Okay, Keena, you found it, right? You're the one who could.
yeah. Yeah. I forget what it's called though, because it has a name. It's called something.
It's got a
But
good name.
I think it's a bee. I think it has a bee in the name, like a bee sting
Here,
or
let me
something.
see.
I don't know. I don't think it's on what I sent
Oh.
you. But it is mead
Mm-hmm.
because mead is honey wine.
Bee's
and
knees?
that- Yeah, the bee's knees.
Bee's knees.
Yeah.
Sorry, the drums?
No, good. It is mead and gin and honey and lemon juice. And
Delicious.
Phil was like, how's your mead? And I was like, good. Do you want to try some? I said, it's really sweet. And he said, and I said, plus I added honey to it. And he was like, oh, you added honey to the... He's like, no, that's too sweet.
You
No, thank
added
you."
honey to the honey drink? So interesting.
I was like, yes, I did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, I've never had honey cakes, and I'm jealous.
Okay.
that you said
Yeah, Ash made, it was a couple years ago she first made them, but she was making these like honey. And I don't really like honey unless it's like an ingredient in something. Like just eating honey is not my favorite, but
you're not Winnie the Pooh.
I am not. I can safely say not Winnie the Pooh. Although I'm jealous of his style. I always thought it was so brave. It's just red shirt, no pants.
shirt, no
I
bottoms.
love it. But yeah, so she would make these little honey cakes that were shaped like bees. She had like a bee mold for the cake, and they were so cute. They were like just like palm sized, and I would eat like 12 of them in one sitting. Delicious. So reading our book this week, which is Small Favors by Erin A. They talk about honey cake, and it made me want to eat Ash's cake so bad. So I'm going to make her make them for me again. She doesn't know that, but I'm going to make her do it. I'm like house sitting for her in a couple weeks, and I'm going to be like, don't work. Like, all I need is just leave me like a fresh supply of honey cake. That'll be great. You know, all weekend, that's all I'm going to eat.
Beautiful. You know anything about our author?
Well, yes. So not really. I didn't do my job, but
Our author is Erin A. Craig.
It's Erin A.
Erin with an
Craig.
E, not A wrong.
Yeah,
but Erin with an E.
E-R-I-N. And so I wanted to read this one because I have read House of Salt and Sorrows, which is another novel that she
Was that
wrote.
the same? Oh, I didn't realize that. 'cause
Yeah.
I've read that.
Oh, yeah. So she wrote that. And then there's also now a sequel to that one that I haven't read yet, but I want to. But I actually bought this
Okay.
book for my friend, like Small Favors, like years ago. And I was like, I want to read that too. But I haven't ever read it until now. So it was very exciting. But yeah, so Erin wrote this one and that one and like 3 others by this point. She loves to write like a spooky, atmospheric sort of young adult novel, which I'm a big fan of.
So
That is
Yeah,
all.
it says she went to the University of Michigan and got a BFA in theater and production, which that's a stage managed a bunch of tragic operas filled with hunchbacks, seances, and murderous clowns. And then she decided she knew what she wanted to write about.
we discussed this. I remember because when we did oh my god, House of Salt and Sorrows.
Okay, yeah.
So we've done her bio before, but I'd
Okay,
love to
great.
hear it all again.
Oh, beautiful.
No, we don't really have anything else.
Okay, did you guys do first impressions or
No, not yet. We were just talking about the drink, and then it morphed into talking about Erin.
would you like some more of this
Yes.
this drink? I don't know if you guys can tell.
that's
This is
so-
my favorite drink that we have made yet.
Yeah, she went all out with.
I did, and I actually did everything right. It's crazy when you actually follow the recipe. Sometimes it turns out like really well.
I wonder why it's your favorite drink.
Well, okay, to be fair, I am a sucker for mead. I'm a sucker for gin, and I'm a sucker for honey.
So it all worked out.
Like, there's
Yeah,
no
no,
way
I
I wasn't
definitely-
gonna like it.
I definitely suggested the recipe, and you were like, yes, I won.
Yeah.
I was like, I literally put on my to-do list. I was like, go to liquor store, meet the mayor.
Well, you have to get whatever one we're doing next, too. So you can, I don't know, maybe you'll meet some rich
That's what we're saying.
lady that wants to give you all their money or something,
Yeah,
you know?
awesome.
Hey, if there's any rich
That's
ladies
patronage.
listening to this who want to give me all their money, you can totally do that at ifundwomen.com, by the way.
Just go ahead. We have an outlet.
The Story Emporium and Bookshop, if anyone's wondering what my business is called, or you can join the Read-A-Thon. You could get, if there's any rich ladies in your life who want to give you money, you can get them to give you money to make your team win. Little plug.
Saying all rich ladies. Thank you. Thank you so much. Should we do first impressions?
Yeah, we should.
My first impression
Go ahead.
is that I love the cover. I think it's very cute.
Very cute.
But knowing that
It
it's
is
going to be
cute.
spooky, it makes it like, ooh. Now I'm intrigued, for me. Go
I
ahead.
did not know it was going to be spooky.
have you read
Um,
House of Salt and Sorrows?
Yeah, but I didn't realize that this was by the same person
Mhm.
until literally just now when Spoons told me.
Oh.
About 2.5 minutes ago.
So it's all brand new. It's all coming together.
New information. Gotcha.
So I didn't know anything about this. Actually, it's really funny because most of the books that you made our list of what we're reading, and I just from their titles kind of give a random guess of, but I have no idea what they are. And this one at first, it's like, what's the other? Ash.
Oh,
The one with the Ash book.
Oh,
that
the
we
book.
read. I had no idea. It was like a Cinderella retelling
that
at
the Linda
first when I
Lowe?
just saw. I thought, yeah, he said we're reading Ash, and I just assumed because Kendall picked it that it was a classic, and
I am a classic.
then it's like, oh, this is not. So I stopped assuming that, but I still like Small Favors. I was like, oh, I don't know what that sounds like, but it doesn't sound like a fantasy to me. So I did not think it was going to be a fantasy book. And then I got the book and I was like, oh, that's super cute. And I think I saw something very briefly about like Fae or something on it. So I was like, oh, it's going to be kind of... Sorry.
There's a cat.
It's weird. No. I thought it was going to be kind of like Emily Wilde. Yeah. That
It
was
did have some of those
my
vibes.
impression without reading anything.
Right.
My first impression, first of all, Spoons, look at this. My child has contorted himself in sleep.
He's really...
He's he's out. I'm see if I can
He's
show
a
you guys.
pretzel.
He is. He does not look comfortable. But he's
That's
knocked
how
out.
Lilith sleeps.
Toddlers, cats, they just don't have bones. Anyways, I sleep like normal and I wake up and can't move. So, to be a toddler again or a cat. My first impression of this book, so Erin A. Craig wrote a spooky story, but then I saw the cover for this one and I was like, it doesn't look spooky. The cover just looks like good vibes. And also I'm very seasonal. And I don't remember if when I heard about it either wasn't spring or summer, or I had already read all my spring summer books, and so I wasn't in the mood for another one. But I was like, it's not the season, it's not the right time. I can't read this book. Although the book actually occurs over many seasons, but I didn't know that. And I also knew that it was a Rumplestiltskin sort of like retelling, and that was exciting. And then I kind of forgot about it completely. And that's my
I thought it was going to be more directly Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, it really
It
was.
really is not.
Till the
Yeah.
very end, which
yeah,
I
I was gonna
guess
say I
makes
did not know that
sense.
until you just said that.
Yeah, that was one of the only other
I didn't
things
put those
I
together,
knew
so.
about that. But then I'm like, maybe I made that up. Like, or did I read that somewhere? I mean, I like the vibes, like, sort of, but
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more of a direct.
I could see
Yeah.
that being said, but I don't like that when books are advertised that way, because I don't want. I mean, some retellings I like, but everything seems like a retelling these days. Like when they
Yeah.
said, what is it? The really popular. I can't think of the name.
Oh,
But they're like, it's a Beauty and the
Yeah.
Beast retelling.
yeah, Apple Tart.
Actually, I was
It's like, okay, loosely.
yeah, I know.
Incredibly loosely.
All these things are like, oh, it's a this retelling, it's a that retelling, and I'm like, well, it's really not. It's a new story. It just
Yeah, this
uses
one is
some
like
story elements because nothing's new in storytelling. You know,
this one's
so
like a nod in
like-
the direction of Rumpelstiltskin.
You know what? This is really a nod in the direction of the film The Village by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, I haven't even
It is
seen the
exactly
Village,
The
but I
Village.
know enough of it that I was like, this is familiar.
It's one of my favorite movies, and I was like reading. I was like, I'm getting a lot of The Village vibes from this, and then I was like, is that just because I love The Village? And then I started reading more, and I was like,
No, I the Village.
this is The Village. Yeah.
Man, things went crazy.
Oh my
Things
god.
got
This is
crazy.
nuts.
Also, I did not include skip notes on the
Oh,
last few
yeah.
episodes. I realized, even though I told y'all there were skip notes, and I'm sorry for lying, it was
You can just fast
unintentional.
forward.
Yeah, you guys can just fast forward because there's a very good chance I'm not going to put skip notes in
if
again.
I don't believe that there's anyone here that still does that, but
That uses the skip notes.
I
Yeah,
think they
I honestly do. If any of our like actual listeners who have like returning listeners have used the skip notes, I would love to hear from you. Because if you guys don't really want them or care, then I'm not going to prioritize it whatsoever, as I have forgotten recently to prioritize. I'm going to continue doing that if no one got
again. Well,
until someone gives us another 4-star review saying it's so great, except for they talk about nothing for so much of like. Well, yeah.
So anyway,
4 years going on 5 years now.
this is what you get. So yeah, the main character of our novel is named Ellery Downing.
Love the name Ellery.
which
Me
I
too.
know. I was like, this is such a cute name.
Yeah, super cute.
Ellery.
And she is a twin, and her brother is named Sam, which is funny because I have a brother named
Yes,
Samuel.
it kept throwing me off. And then I was like, I'm going to say this thing about Samuel. And then I'm like, no, you can't. Samuel is your cousin Sam. You can't. And then I'm like,
And then it's like, no, I don't hate my Sam.
yeah,
It's Sam.
I feel so mad. Like, but I was like, oh my God, Sam is such a crappy Greta. And then I'm like,
He's
but
the
not,
worst brother.
but not Sam, but not like Kendall Samuel, not like my cousin Samuel. He's fine. But like, I also had that. I was like, this is gonna be hard to talk about.
Well, it's just like nobody really goes by Samuel except, and he doesn't really either, my brother.
No, he
but I call him Samuel. So every time I called him
And
Samuel specifically, it was like,
It was weird to me as a kid when you would call him Sam, because in my house we always called him Samuel.
oh, we always called him. I still do, but now we call him Sam.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Anyway, but he goes by both in the book. So anyway, names aside, I probably a lot of people have a brother named Sam, but it's just weird when you're reading it specifically and you're like, that's my brother's name, you know, or like when you see your own name and something.
also because he was like kind of like doing like a moody, broody thing a little bit every now and then, and I was like, I've seen Samuel do that.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then Samuel goes off the rails, and I'm like, I take help.
Yeah,
I've
so
not
that's
seen him do that.
That's probably where it is. But she also has 2 younger sisters, Mary, which I was listening to it for like the first part, so I thought it was Mary, but it's actually Merry, like Mary Attic
Yeah.
Brandy book, which I thought was crazy. But so Mary and then
Sadie.
Sadie,
Sadie.
the little girl, and then her parents, and they run
Apiarists?
apiarists. Yeah, I was like, how do I pronounce that? So they have bees, and they take the bees. Got bees, and
My dream to own bees. I'm gonna find a way to work that into the bookshop.
bees in the bookstore.
Can't think a lot of humanity can't be.
How are the flowers for the bees?
Yeah, exactly. It'll be perfect.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
gonna have flowers in the bookshop. I'm gonna have bees in the bookshop. If you're allergic to bees,
Sorry,
don't
don't
my
want to come to the
bookshop.
bookstore. Okay.
Sorry.
And they live in a village-esque town called Amity Falls,
Mm-hmm.
which is very isolated, and like they have like village elders and
This
there are rules.
Very like Appalachian.
Yeah, I'm really sure. Yeah,
Have you
I
ever
mean, North
seen
American,
Gravity
right?
definitely
Falls?
North America.
No.
Yes.
I
Over my dead body.
Yeah, she wouldn't like it. I like it, but yeah.
Mila and Ridley love it, and so they introduced me to it, and I've watched it, almost all of it. I have 2 episodes left after
Oh, dang.
over like 5 years at state.
Oh my God.
But
Congratulations.
And keep
but yeah, a
trying.
little bit. I was like, the name. I mean, it's falls, but also like they end in the same. And then the fact that Gravity Falls is full of all these weird monster, supernatural kind of things, and then Amity Falls, I was like, oh, similarities.
Yeah, a weird little town with like secrets and like stuff
Yeah.
going on.
Oh no, it's the show you just made me watch. Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks.
When I knocked the camera,
You guys are watching on YouTube. You're welcome. You got a really good angle.
that's really good. Yeah, sorry. I'm so excited about the concept of Twin Peaks. I destroyed the set.
I do need to watch more, but I probably need to drink a little.
The thing is, I always make people watch it, and then I forget that like it's very sometimes hard to watch because it's insane.
It's
So
so
people are just
weird.
like, what's going on? And I'm like, are you not having the most fun of your life? That's Bobby Briggs from Twin Peaks. Like, are you kidding me? You know, this happens to me every time. So it's like
a fever dream.
it's like a twin. Yeah, it's like a fever dream. Twin Peaks.
Yeah, this has a little bit of Twin Peaks.
Anyway,
and it's just like everything's a little bit off.
something's off. But it's like, you know, it's vaguely like, I like how the world building is very vague because everyone in Amity Falls doesn't know what the hell's going on outside of Amity Falls very much.
Yeah.
You know, they're like the big city. Basically, I can't believe, like, it actually literally is the village.
American like
They're-
prairie town.
Yeah, but they kind of live in like, there's like woods surrounding the town. And so there's like stories about like, there's monsters that live in the woods. Like, we don't ever go out. We just kind of like send people to go get supplies from the city.
Yeah.
And we live in Amity Falls and we love it here. And everyone is friends and we have rules and we don't break the rules. But we all have fun. And you're like, okay, sounds great. And actually at the beginning, I was like, this seems okay.
Yeah. I was like, this is a pretty nice place.
Yeah, they're all seeming to have an okay time. Almost immediately, though, the big drama is that Ellery's best friend, Rebecca, who is like, actually, like, they're kind of like the Hatfields McCoys.
Yeah,
like,
families are rivals.
Yeah, but they've
Yes.
become friends.
They're
Rebecca had been spending time with her brother Sam, her twin brother Sam, this whole summer.
Mhm.
And it turns out they are,
secretly courting
yes,
and Nell. There's
and Rebecca's pregnant.
yeah. I was like, I don't did you see what
But, and I'm just going to say it. I was like, I would not be able to deal with this if I was Ellery. Like, I'm sorry, my twin
Oh no.
and my best friend, and neither of them said
Oh,
anything
yeah.
to me.
Oh, see, I'm
Mhm.
so the opposite. I was like, I would have been like, huh, okay.
Mm-mm.
I would not have been
Mm-mm.
offended
No,
that they didn't
uh-uh.
know. This
I
is going to
was
be
so angry.
I would have been,
no.
And then the way they both once she knew and they knew she knew, the way they were both like it's not really like, you can't blame us for not telling you.
Was
I was like,
pissed.
yes, I did.
I am not getting this at all. I wouldn't care at all. I think that's like when my brother told me that he was bi, and I was like, okay. And he was like, do you have any feelings about that? And I was like, why would I care?
you're like, I don't care about your personal inner life.
I was like, well, I mean, I don't like.
This is like if Caleb
This is like-
started dating me and we didn't talk
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
what I was gonna say.
Well,
But
the
that's
weird is
we're
that's
cousins.
fun. But we're not, okay, dear reader, we're not actually cousins. But
Yeah, but basically,
But we are. But I'm
don't
saying, okay, it's like if Kayla started dating Carissa
Caleb,
and they didn't tell
but
you.
Caleb identifies as, but he's gay.
You have to use your
it
imagination.
doesn't matter.
You have to use your imagination and imagine if Caleb started dating Carissa. Or if Maddie started dating.
You're like, Ash has no guy friends. Or because also, by the way, they've been in long-term relationships for so long. I'm like, I can't picture this.
I think
It's like,
I
no,
have like
it's not real. Use your imagination.
And also, I like with Carissa, I'm like, she lives in Arizona.
okay, you're not getting
it's
it.
not if it's logical.
You
It's
have to
just like it just
imagine.
wouldn't happen.
You live in
though.
Amity Falls. Oh my god.
Logical. No, I really do want to try and understand this, but I don't get it. Like,
Well, okay, here's one thing for me. I only have brothers, so it's very easy for me to imagine brother situations. Not that that's different for you. I have a brother as well. But I have always had this like dream. I think it's because I can't imagine myself having a sister because I've never had one. So I always have this like, I've always had this fantasy of having a twin brother. I've always wanted a twin brother. I wish I had a twin brother. I don't know why. But
everyone always thought my brother and I were twins.
Yes.
We still get that.
you can, you could, yeah. And it's nothing against my own brothers. I've just like always like wanted a twin and then also not wanted it to be a girl. So I've always wanted a twin brother. So this hit me very hard because I'm like, but my twin brother would never consider this to made up for myself.
Honestly,
Maybe it's because I have a brother who's so close in age. Everyone always thought we were twins. We were very, very close growing up. But like, to be fair, when he started dating CJ, his fiance, they've been together for like almost a decade now. I was friends with CJ in college.
So
and
you've done this.
Yeah, and this was before I even knew that Caleb was bi.
Yeah.
So it was like not only surprise, surprise, hi, I'm bi. He was also like,
Dating your friend.
I'm dating our like core friend in the core friend group,
Well,
CJ. And I was like,
maybe this is just different for us. Me and Gina are on the same personality wavelength, and you're
No.
somewhere else.
I definitely
I would
get
be
this. And I
that.
don't have a brother.
I was
don't
like,
even have
that's
a brother.
interesting. I wonder how that's going to work out.
It would be like, okay, it's like in Friends, whenever he's like, my best friend and my sister, and he's all pissed, and then like, you don't understand. I was like, blah blah. Like that's what it feels like.
More
It's
what I
not-
was thinking, because like that was so
But-
cool.
It's not that they're dating. That's the issue. It's that they didn't tell you
Yes.
the whole time.
And
At
they were
least that's
both
for
keeping
me.
secret from her the
They
whole
were
summer.
both
So, like-
hiding it the whole
Yes,
summer.
and they're supposed to be the people who she knows the best.
Like if my sister Maddie and your sister Sam were not like with people that they're with and had grown up and secretly had a relationship with
Yes.
each other. Because I used to ship them because I was like, then we'd be like legit
Right.
related.
It's like that happened, but nobody told us.
But nobody told us. I would just be psyched.
Listen, we got to move on. We have to move on. So if we spent 30 minutes, we said they're not mad. We would be mad about this. What it comes down to is Ellery is kind of mad, but she's also like, got a lot going on. My dad's making me in charge of the bees because Sam's gone all the time. And
Sam is a total shitbag.
thing is,
Not yours.
I really wanted him to get better. Like, I really thought he's going to get
I
better.
know. I was like, we are ready for redemption. The whole book long, I was like, redemption is coming.
I told
would
you,
ever
reach through,
hated
slap
anyone
him in the
more.
face.
Yeah.
Get that attitude
Yeah.
out. Like,
1,000,000%.
God.
It wouldn't have mattered, apparently. Because Ellery, it's not like she like didn't tell him what was what. Like she gave him what for multiple
No,
times. And he was
I
like,
think a physical slap in the face.
Somebody
would've done
needed
it,
to hit
though.
him, yeah. I don't know.
Like you can get yelled at all day long, and never mind. This is just gonna turn into some weird. I'm like promoting violence. I don't condone.
Very interesting. We have to really move on. We're all getting bogged down in our own ideas. But the way, promotes violence. Like, we're all getting weird here. We're only on like page 5. Like,
well, that just shows you how a great author Erin is.
yeah, we have a lot to discuss.
So many feelings about every.
I really did.
To be honest, no.
Okay, I actually
Yeah, literally out loud because I listened to the audiobook, so I was reacting out loud to this whole book.
Awesome. So, God, what
Then
even
the horse
happens?
comes into town and dies. And
Oh yes.
they're like, it was from the supply train that they had sent out. And
Yes,
they're like, what
yes.
happened to all the men? And they're like, we don't know. So
Mhm.
Ellery's dad says, we have to send out a search party into the woods to find the people.
Yeah. It doesn't work. And also, this is super bad news for multiple reasons. Obviously, because like they're a really close-knit town. So when anyone dies, like the whole town is grieving, obviously. And then also because they're so isolated that they only make supply runs to like the big cities twice a year. And if they don't make those supply runs, then they don't have the basics to survive. It would be incredibly difficult to survive without like the sugar, flour, whatever else they get from
Medicine.
fabric, medicine. Yeah.
all that stuff. So it's like a big deal.
Coffee.
And they're like, well, if we can't go into town or into the city, we're gonna have to wait wait the whole winter and wait till spring. And then they have a big vote.
Mm-hmm.
And Ellery votes to wait while her whole family votes not to wait. And then by one vote, the town decides that they're gonna wait.
Yep.
So then
And then her dad is real petty about it. Like, be a grown up.
But I was like, yeah. Honestly, I was with her too. I was like,
Yeah.
this seems dangerous. Like, I don't want to go out there again.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid that her voting against going was going to come back to bite her in the butt, even though I was like, I mean, completely, your logic is spot on. I see why you did that. No judgment for making the vote that you did, Ellery girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I feel like this is going to come back and bite us. And then repeatedly throughout the book, I feel like we were just proof that Ellery was right.
She's right.
That is true.
Yeah. Because, like,
Every time they sent one out, I was like,
right. Like,
Dead.
nobody's surviving out there. So there's, like, these monsters. So people think that, like, you know, these monsters that used to plague the town are back or something. But other people are like, that's ridiculous.
Wolves the size of bears and sparkling vampire. Wait, that's a different book.
Hold on. But there's also, like, some strife kind of boiling. Like, Rebecca and Sam are, like, when he finds out about the baby, he, gets
yeah.
all pissed. And he's like, well, I know she's
like,
been
"It's
sleeping
not
around.
mine."
It's not mine. And I was,
That made
They
me
did.
so mad.
I can't believe it.
So mad. And then there was
I-
never any clarification at the end that like he was like manipulated. I was like, maybe he's been like
No, I think he
magicked
seems
into
to think
thinking
it.
that. He's actually just an asshole.
I think he's an ass.
yeah, exactly. Because I was with you. I was like, I don't remember. I thought something about Sam just being something was influencing
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
Not just gossip was
Right,
influencing,
Yeah, and not
but
just
something
him
else
being a shallow
was
little prick.
influencing him. Or actually, no, that's the other thing I thought was that he actually hadn't slept with her. And
I
that's
thought
why he was
that
like, it can't be
too.
mine, because like they were talking about the cows or horses or cows or something that had
Yes.
given birth randomly when they weren't pregnant. And then her mom was pregnant. And then I was like,
Yeah.
weird things are happening. People are being impregnated by fae or monsters or
Monsters or something,
something.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like
I thought
I
that
was like,
too.
she is pregnant. Yeah, that's what I thought. And
There
then
were
in the
so
end,
many
it's
other
like it was
things
his
it could have
kid, and he
been.
was just
He was
just
being
a jerk.
He
Yeah.
really was.
We really gave him every chance.
I
You
know,
know, like,
we
I
did.
really was like, I want
Desperately.
this to work out for
He was like
Ellery.
red flag, and we are like, meh, maybe.
God, what else?
No, maybe an orange flag, a yellow flag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he
like, I
really
don't know.
sucks.
I hate him. And like, yeah, like, so Ellery's dad and Sam go out into the woods as well, and then they get attacked by these monsters, and then they come back. It's like this whole thing. So everyone's like, it's very dangerous out there. And so wait, sorry, that was before. Anyway, so then, yeah, all this strife is happening, and then the Danforth, who
Ellery's
is
doing
Rebecca's
washing.
dad. Oh, I found the boy. Yeah.
This
you want to talk about the
one
boy?
is so charming.
The way that I was like kicking my feet was squealing about this.
I've not fallen
See-
so hard for a fictional boy in so long. He got me more
Really?
than what's his face from Emily Wilde.
Wendell?
Yes.
Oh, nobody's got me.
No.
No.
Wendell.
Whitaker over Wendell
Yeah, that makes
any
sense
day
for you. I
for me.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
But
I
See,
deeply
I
in
will-
love.
He's your boy, yeah.
I'm so
No,
dangerous.
me not in the slightest, because from the beginning,
Really?
no, not in the slightest. From the beginning, I was like, he's Faye.
Oh, well, yeah.
And
I
he's
fully
bad
knew that
news.
too. I fully knew
And
that too.
not-
And I was like, I'd be in trouble.
I thought that at this point, I thought it was going to still be a straight Rumplestiltskin retelling. So I thought he was just going to be Rumpelstiltskin.
I did too.
And I was like, oh, the feminine urge to make Rumpelstiltskin hot. You know, like, what can I do? You know,
I
like,
was sort of like, he might be her downfall. And I honestly would still be in love. Even knowing everything I know about this book and that he's probably fey and evil, I was like, I think I'm still in love with him. I don't think I can
He
help
didn't
it.
get me in the slightest.
dang, cold.
Mm-mm.
Not for me.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I know.
Not for Ash, I guess. With his
Whitaker. damn.
Yeah, this like charming, rakish boy shows up while she's doing like laundry, and he's like, "What's up?
Hey,
I'm
honey,
the
hair
scrapper."
girl.
Yes, and she's like, "Oh, okay."
She's
And
like,
then
well,
inside
this
she's
is my
like,
god. Exactly.
Yeah.
She's like, don't come on our land or my daddy will shoot you. And he's like, I'm just gonna sit here and stretch out in the sunlight. I'm nothing suspicious. And he won't give her any straight answers because Faye, obviously. And she does get her dad to come down and be like, hey there, what you doing, son? And he's like, oh, I've just been trapping out with my group at the camp out in the woods. I just mysteriously appear from the woods sometimes. It's a thing that I do sometimes.
like to do that.
And
Times no big deal. The fact that I won't tell you my real name is not a big deal.
no, I wouldn't even think about it that much. No. You call me
I
Price,
think that was another
though.
part. He annoyed me. He annoyed me because
he's
from
from
the
the
beginning.
But you guys
It
have met
was just like,
Hobby.
what's your name? He's like,
That's not being incredibly
No.
annoying, criminally annoying. It's
No,
not
see,
a turn off
I
for
felt
me.
like he was me, was part of it. Like, whenever someone,
This explains
that is,
so much.
yeah, so many of my other friends, if you ask them, they'll be like, we don't know a thing about her. Well, I literally had a friend who I stayed with, I think for a month at one point in my life. And she was living with other of her friends that I didn't know, but they all let me stay there very kindly. And after I left, she told me, she was like, we really like Marissa. She's really nice, but we don't know a thing about her. And she lived with us for a month. And my friend was like, I've known her for 7 years and I don't know a thing about her. That's what I,
That is
yeah,
so
if
funny.
someone's like, what's your name? I mean, until I accidentally just said it.
Yeah. I was like, should I cut? No.
I'm pretty sure it's been said before. I'm
100%.
pretty sure you've slipped up before. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
Sure I have.
I don't even like saying my name on the pod. Like, I am Whitaker, I think. I think that's why I didn't like him.
And it's the part of me that just doesn't care about important information. I'm like, it's fine.
She's like, where are you from? And he's like, a place. She's like, yeah, but which place? He's like,
No,
not
that is
there.
so
Well,
you.
that's-
Yeah, that is you.
Like, I'm coming to this realization live
Like, you
too
had
on this
called me
podcast.
myself? Oh my god! And then she gave him a name, and I gave you a name.
You were
My
Exactly.
god, you're
Yeah, this
Whitaker.
beautiful
Oh my
love story
God.
that's going
Oh
on right
my
before me.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, because he's like, my name's Price, and she's like, no, it's not. Like, she did, no, it's not. And then
I did love that.
yeah, and so
So it
like,
doesn't fit. Don't buy it.
so she's like, I'm gonna call you Whitaker. But so he kind of like shows up randomly sometimes, and then is like being hot. And poor girly, she was down bad immediately.
Oh yeah.
She was very lustful for this boy.
Oh my goodness.
Like, wanted him bad.
so badly.
And
I cannot blame her. I was like, honestly.
looking up at Erin though, because like one of the defining things to me about his description was like, she's like, he's really tall. He's like so tall. And then like every time he showed up, she'd be like, he's taller. And I was like, Erin, what do you have going on? Like, what is your thing? Because I'm like, that's cool to be tall, but like, she's like, I basically like have his size. Like, that's kind of how it started feeling. And I was like, okay, I get it. He's very tall.
Did feel like she was shrinking and he was getting taller because the first time that they met, she was like, my head would have only come up to his shoulder. And I was thinking, like, as a 5'3" girly, I was like, that's not that tall. There's plenty of guys who aren't like crazy tall. And my head comes up to just their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that she was repeatedly like, he is so tall. I was like, how tall are we talking?
I was like, how tall are you, Hillary? Like,
Exactly. Eller's taller. And so she's like,
yeah, she's like 5'10".
yeah,
And so
exactly.
he's
He's
like 6'7". Yeah. She's like, oh my God. No one else is commenting on this tall trapper. Like, okay, great. He's very tall. I get it. And so anyway,
she did really like that fact.
she was into it.
Oh, yeah.
But he's very charming, and he's like very charming to like her family, and like her sisters love him and all, which I thought was very cute. Like there's a part where they're hanging. Oh, she's making a flower crown for Sadie's birthday, and
he makes
He's-
a flower crown.
yeah, he shows up and he's like, "Those colors are all wrong for you,
He's
babe."
sensitive.
And she's like, they're for my sister. And he's like, how about this? A 4-leaf clover. Like,
Yeah.
he is so. And I was like, my girl, he is magical.
Yeah.
There is something going on with this boy.
He literally just picked up a 4-leaf
Oh.
clover.
My poor darling.
Hands are a sack of 5 pounds of sugar.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. The sugar.
did it?
She's like, how did you do that? He's like, magic. She's like, oh,
It was
like
in your
magicians.
backpack.
I get it.
Yeah, so basically the family, there's a big fight with Rebecca's dad, and then all their flower fields get burned down, and in this burning down of the flower fields, their mother gets severely burned, and then their mother who is pregnant has to go to another town and all of this. And so it's
Crazy.
like they have to go to the city to like heal her. And so all the siblings are left alone.
They take the gun.
And
insist. Yeah, so it's literally Ellery in charge.
yes, because Sam is being ridiculous.
He's being
And while they're gone,
I'm like, why are you in charge?
Yeah.
I'm the boy.
And
keep for real.
Alex, Sam will kill you right now.
Look, take that clip and I'm gonna send it to your.
Oh, there. So, like, while they're gone, things are going even worse in the town. Like, everyone being crazy, and they're like, okay, we have to go like send more supplies out because these two guys show up who are supposedly their long lost uncle and his
Oh,
son.
yeah.
And so they're like, oh, I guess that the path is clear then, so we should probably send more supplies out. And so yeah, and so
that was
Sam is
so
like,
weird and
I'll
obvious
come.
from the beginning.
Yeah, I know. They were like immediately like, they don't really seem like our aunt or like our uncle and cousin.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, they're not.
Yeah.
But so Sam is like, well, I'll go on the supply run. And Ellery's like, hey, maybe like don't, because we kind of need her to help. And he's like, it's fine. So he goes out.
And then he
Anyways.
steals the honey from the bees.
Yes. Steals some
And
honey.
The
was
honey they
so
needed to get through the
furious.
winter. Like this would
I
kill
was
off
so
all
furious.
the bees.
That was the worst. I could not
That was when I
believe.
texted y'all and I was like, I physically am so angry.
Me too.
I need to just find anyone named Sam and just slap them.
Throttle them. How could you do this to your sisters?
Beats.
I was.
Like, just because you have an attitude problem, just because you're like a hormonal teenager.
Oh my God. Like, that was unforgivable.
Oh,
He like stole the
yes.
honey and then left. And then so poor Ellery is like, how am I going to make sure the bees survive the winter and therefore we survive? And so in that, she basically tells all of this to Whitaker, and he's like, oh,
She has such a breakdown. Okay. And this breakdown where she is like sobbing and then she's like, I'm fine, and putting together lists, and then she's sobbing. And I was like, I have never related to a meltdown more.
that was the end.
And then she was like, I got up and I was numb and I was just like hazy looking through like blurred eyes. And I was like, oh my God, this is like an Ash meltdown. Like, that's not exactly this. I was like, Erin knows. I know this is an Erin meltdown. Erin and I could totally
Use me, Erin.
same catastrophe looks exactly the same for her.
Yeah, that was a very good descriptor. You know,
It was
she
really,
great
really,
job
it was
with that.
very believable meltdown. But yeah, and then she tells Whitaker, and she's like, I need 30 pounds of sugar to make sugar cakes so that the bees will have something to eat and stay alive throughout the winter, or we're just like, that's it. And he's like, well, just give me, how about we'll just trade? We'll make a little trade. And she's like, I have nothing to trade you. And he's like, you can trade me a favor or something. Is that what he says?
He's like a marker.
A marker.
Like, when you're gambling and you
And she's
like,
like, no.
representative of your, yeah.
I love when he was like,
I
when you
was-
gamble.
I was wondering if that was a real thing or not, or if he was just making everything up since she didn't know anything. Because I don't know anything about gambling. So I was
think
like,
that's real.
well, I
like-
figure the marker thing is real. Like he said, like,
Mhm.
you're not going to like bring your horse to the table.
Right.
But then the other stuff, I forget, he said something after that about like,
Yeah.
that another thing you can do for gambling. I was like, I feel like he's just making stuff up
He
now, but I
was-
don't know.
He's convinced.
This whole thing was like, girl, I don't know how else to show you that he is a Rumplestiltskin ass bitch. Like, this is so obvious.
I know.
He was like, 3 drops of your blood. She was like,
Yeah.
no one has ever been more suspicious.
I know. She's like, well,
And-
what would I give you? He's like, something that I will pick, a token of my choosing at a later time, whatever I want. And I was like, that's not a good deal.
Like, girl, she was desperate though.
She was
But I was
desperate.
also like, this is crazy. Like, he was being even sweet, but then as soon as he's like going for the blood, I'm gonna be like, now hold on. Let's really
He's
talk
like-
this out.
How much do you need?
What do you want this, first of all? Now I have some questions for you. That's kind of where my mind
Maybe, but first a few questions.
was. I couldn't believe that. But, she
3
got
drops of blood on a
No,
handkerchief.
I feel more and more like I am Whitaker. Because I think about it, like, No, I feel like I would do this to someone.
You're like, just the other day
don't
I
100%
asked
feel
someone
it.
to give me 3
drops of blood. Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm sorry. Is that scary or weird? Like,
Oh, is that not
Like,
like normal?
wait, why are we talking about
Oh,
this?
this was standard practice.
gosh.
Negotiations.
It's just not what everyone's doing today, or what? Girl is like full of lust, minus 3 drops of blood, and he's just like, yeah, here it is, and just a magic 5 pounds of sugar, and she's like, good sleight of hand. She's like, girl, let's get out of the bitch. How he's a magician, and that really, oh God, it's so sensitive. Oh my gosh. Full of lust, not as full of blood anymore. God, girl. Oh, our poor darling. Well, she has her sugar now because he brings the rest of it the next day. And she's like, but then she immediately is like, I am overcome with paranoia. And so she like hides it and it's like freaking out.
Doesn't sleep for 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the first time in the book that I was actually like, I mean, I could tell before then that it was going towards like creepy horror kind of stuff. But at this point, when she has the sugar and she's in the barn milking the cow and then like stabbing the thing with that's like gushing squelchy,
Oh,
whatever, with the,
She's
I was
using the
like
pitchfork
physically,
and the
I was like,
hay, and then yeah,
I was like, I don't want to keep going right now. I don't want to.
yeah,
That's
she
so
really
scary.
likes
I
that
know
line.
it's
She's
there.
milking the cow, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh my god, that there's blood.
like-
The bucket is just blood. The cow must be, sick or hurt or something." And then she's like, "Oh, but wait, no, it's normal. I'm seeing this is just normal milk." Yeah, and then she was like stabbing the hay with the pitchfork, and something started to bleed, and she was like, "Oh my god, something's
I
in
was
there
like,
alive
I don't want
and
to know.
hurt."
I don't want to know.
That
I don't
gave
know
me
what's in
so
there. I
bad.
don't want to know.
I thought it was Sam. I thought that maybe he
I
had been
didn't-
hiding in the
I
hay.
was so scared because she had just said something about thinking Sadie might be awake.
Oh,
I was like,
No, I thought it was Rebecca and her baby, maybe. Like I thought her baby was in there and like Rebecca was
it's just
over here.
worse.
I was like,
Sam, I could live with her stabbing with the Sadie. No, Rebecca and baby. No,
No.
like that would have been bad. Oh my
no,
god.
I was just like, yeah, no, I was like, stop, I can't keep reading.
Yeah, that was
And then it
really
turns out there
frightening.
was nothing. She's just seeing things. But then something does stagger out of the darkness covered in blood and other viscera. It is Sam.
And can I tell you how I didn't care? Like he was like, I'm so sorry. Like I don't even think he said he was sorry, which was another part of the problem. But he was like, I was out there and everybody was killed again, and it was terrifying and horrible. And I was like, you took the honey.
Oh my god.
See, I was
I
mad.
don't care. I did care. I was like that.
No,
I was
had
like, maybe this will
zero.
be
I was
what
willing
he
to
needs.
forgive him at this point. Yeah.
I
was
because I
like-
thought maybe this would be his turning point.
But lo and behold, no.
It was not.
Dear reader, he does not change. But yeah, that was so he's like covered in blood and he's like and I immediately was like, what did you do? Like I was willing to forgive him, and then I started thinking about it, and I was like, so you did something. Because I was like,
Oh,
you
no
still
way,
was
he's the
killed.
only one
He's
to
the only
escape.
one who survived twice
No.
in the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
Twice.
okay, what have you done? And then also he was like being weird because she was like, did you hurt them? And he was like, what? And my first thought was, oh my God, like she also thinks he hurt the other people. And then she's like, the monsters. And I'm like, no, girl, he did something. Like that's what I thought.
He did something to cause this.
But
See, I thought that maybe the people were turning into monsters somehow. Like the Fae were turning the people, and so I thought maybe he was one of the monsters.
Yeah,
like, and
yeah,
he
that
didn't
thought,
like.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I
at
thought
that
he-
point, but
maybe like a werewolf situation or something, you know,
kind of,
like,
yeah.
he doesn't know what's going on, maybe. Yeah, because he was like, everyone's gonna be so mad at me, and I was like, why would they be mad at you if you're? But then I was like, anyway, it ended up being different, but I was still like, okay, something's off here. So the elders come and they're like, well, that shit sucks. We hate that, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And Sam is being horrible forever, and then also now it's Christmas, and
Rebecca got married to somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
Had the pregnancy.
Rebecca married the preacher's
Not
son.
somebody else, the preacher's son.
Oh, we're really okay.
See, this was again one where I was like,
Did we forget about Rebecca's dad getting lynched?
yes.
Oh yeah, we did.
But
We
dad
did
got
not.
blamed
That was early
for-
on.
We found out
burning down the
that,
flower field.
Yeah, he burned down the flower field, and he burned down the shed because he thought it was Sam in the shed. and he thought, and
Yeah.
and of course Sam had gotten his daughter pregnant, and so that's
Which is
when
what
ended
ends up hurting Ellery's mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But then
so-
when he's trying to plead to not be killed, not be hung, he's like, the lady told me to do it. The lady with the long fingers.
And the silver eye.
Her eye.
Oh my god.
And everyone's like,
was-
literally, no one was there. You were alone the whole time. And Sadie has this imaginary friend the whole time that she keeps talking about.
I
and
knew that
everyone's
was
like,
bad.
she's imaginary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. She was real, too.
Could not be good.
Um,
And connecting the dots in there very easy to connect, and that is that is bad.
That is
We've
bad.
gone into that.
Oh no.
It was kind of
So-
giving me creepy younger sister from House of Salt and Sorrows.
Yeah.
Remember? She
Yeah.
was like the one who was like seeing all the ghosts and stuff.
Erin loves a creepy
But-
younger sister.
Yeah.
I was very shocked that they just straight up they were like, "You did it, let's lynch him," and then he was dead. I was like,
Dude.
"Whoa, okay, that happened real quick," and it happened. Like there wasn't any.
I wasn't shocked. I was like, that feels like, I don't know, sort of like frontier town justice.
I guess it was just like they talk a lot of bullshit then because they're like, oh, in Amity Falls, we're all friends and we all follow the rules. And I was like, okay, so this doesn't seem like a fair trial. We're kind of just going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Now I know where we stand. And
Yeah.
Sam was
Let's
like
just
front and
continue
center,
to-
like, I can't wait to see this guy get hung. And
Oh, yeah.
Sam, so you're scaring me.
Sam was a massive instigator. I was like, I don't know, buddy. Your redemption does not seem close at hand.
It was closing in the whole time, really. It
Yeah.
was like getting narrower and narrower.
Well,
Your path to redemption.
yeah.
But yeah, so that happened. So Rebecca married the preacher's son, and now
And she hates Ellery now.
and she hates Ellery.
She hates her whole family.
I was so pissed at Sam for this because
Yeah.
I'm like, so you ruined Ellery's best
Best
friendship.
friendship. Yeah.
Like, are you serious? And he didn't even care.
no, that
And
thanks.
why
was
did she
upset
never
about that.
confront him about it? I would have been like, so Rebecca was my best friend, and now he doesn't want to talk to me because of you.
Yeah.
I was so pissed.
I would be so mad about
That was the thing that made me the most mad, honestly.
Yeah, that would piss me off. I'd be like, I don't care what you do on your own time.
Yeah, like whatever. God dang it, Sam. Okay, go kill some people in the woods if you want, but my best friend won't talk to me now because of you.
How dare you? So bad.
So it's Christmas, and they're like, "Oh my God, we forgot it's Christmas!" And they're like, "Well, let's go chop down a tree."
And they're all somewhat starving now.
Yeah,
because
everyone's starving.
They decided to not send out another supply chain because of what happened when Sam went out. It was the only one who came back. So they're like, we're just gonna ration. We'll make it through. Our,
Everyone just
our
says beans.
our sort of ancestors or whatever did that. But yeah, everyone has beans of some type, and they trade when they can, but mostly they have nothing. And then they were having these little socials sort of where they would trade for food, and then things started to go bad. And every time the whole town got together, there was just strife, and like one person would accuse another one of like stealing their tools, and someone else of like
Yeah.
killing one of their livestock or something. And it was just getting out of hand. So finally, the preacher, right, was the one who was like, everyone just go home until the end of winter and no one talks to each other. And I was like, there's no way that can go
Like,
wrong.
that cannot be good.
I think it was the town elders, but yeah.
The town elders, yeah. And so they go back and they're basically starving. And they do have a chicken, though. They do have a chicken for, is that Christmas dinner?
Because
or is
some-
that
yeah,
cow died?
They
Because
have a
somebody
chicken for
killed-
Christmas dinner because somebody killed all the person's chickens. So they were like, hey,
Yeah.
we're just giving these out to everyone since they're dead.
yeah.
Yeah, and Ezra and Thomas now.
Spoiler,
live
it was the
there.
raccoons. Just kidding.
It's always the
Yeah, Ezra and Thomas they're like, well, we can invite them over for Christmas. It doesn't really feel like Christmas without our parents, but we'll do our best. And then while they're
Whitaker shows up. He's also there, and he has gifts for everybody.
yes,
Except
and
for
he's being
Ellery.
hot.
Except for
doesn't have a
Ellery,
gift
but
for
he dances
Ellery.
with Ellery. He is the gift. He is. I don't.
Okay, I
reckon.
was shocked that they had a piano though. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's fancy for like.
They are fancy. I feel like they were like decently well off. They were like
Yeah.
probably middle, maybe
Middle
upper
upper
class.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah. The but yeah, it was like an old piano from their ancestor who got kissed, right? By the other dance floor guy. It's like part of the Hatfield McCoy situation.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so they have like a fun Christmas party and all of that. And Ellery the whole time is like, oh my God, he wants me. Richie is so into him. I was like, kiss her.
And then he does
kissing.
They keep almost kissing and then don't. There's mistletoe and they don't kiss.
Oh, But he like got like presents for everybody and it was really cute.
And then
then what
Sam's like, you were
happens?
out late last night with Whitaker. Maybe you shouldn't do
Yeah.
that.
Got a girl pregnant, Sam.
Oh my God. Sam Downing is on site, you know. Hit him with my car, Sam Downing. Like I cannot handle this boy.
It's unfortunate.
He just keeps getting worse.
And so eventually he and Ellery get in another big fight and he like leaves for good.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm done.
Messed around by you.
Yeah. And he's like,
Your
it
girl.
really made me mad when Dad gave you the beehives. And I was like,
then I almost killed them all, and I'm still not even sorry about it.
he's like, I'm the oldest and I'm a boy. And I was like, you're the oldest by like 2 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
And also you're a bitch. Like, God,
yeah.
I'm so mad at him.
He's just like, peace out, my sisters who are starving. I'm just gonna abandon my family in their greatest time of need.
Poor Ellery no one has ever eldest
And
daughtered more than
Whitaker's-
her.
Yeah.
Whitaker's like, not to like be mean, but it's probably a good thing he's gone because then you don't have to feed him too and he doesn't bring you down, you know. But also, I'm sorry if you're kind of sad and missing your twin, but it's the truth.
You're right.
it's
You
like,
are
yeah.
Whitaker. You are Whitaker. But accurate. I was like, yeah, Whitaker, you're so right.
He was right. So yeah, and there's like a lot of it kind of sucks until spring, basically.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of like creepy things. She sees like a creepy woman with long fingers standing in the field. She sees lots of creepy things that creepy vibes are increasing as the book continues.
yes. And eventually we kind of learn, well, there's like a funeral and she figures out that Ezra for sure is not her uncle Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, so who the hell are you? So she and Mary are sneaking around to look at all
I
this
was
stuff.
surprised. I thought Faye of some kind.
I know. I was surprised too. Turns out that Ezra and Thomas are like
Secret
monster hunters. Yeah.
Place. Jolly old England.
Yeah. And so say shit weird. Yeah. And he was like not even mad. He was like, okay, yeah, I'm not your uncle. I'll just like
May.
you may take me away. Listen here, love.
Sorry, fam. Sorry, we English too hard.
We English close to the sun.
That's the sun. That's why I don't have any sun in England. That's why I listen.
Yeah, so basically they're like, okay, so here's the deal. The things that are plaguing, and we get a big lore dump, which I like.
Oh yeah.
They're like, the things that are plaguing the town are called like the Dark Watchers. And I was, oh, tell me more. And they're like, so basically there's these freaky dudes who like just kind of like sow discord and they'll grant you small favors. And but there's always like a price basically. So like, and then everyone gets mad at each other and then they just like want to watch like the chaos
devolve into
and I'm
watch
like,
the
so
world burn.
yeah, that sucks. And it's
Yeah.
clearly we're at a high stage of this happening
Yeah.
in Amity Falls.
But then Mary is like, this is really great news because I actually had a crush on Thomas, who I thought was my cousin, and somehow
this be so closely cousin lovers.
by the skin of our teeth, we have made cousins.
I could not believe this.
I would literally, and like they're going to a town social, because the town goes to a funeral for this older woman who died in town. And when they're there, more people are all at each other's throats, and the preacher or the elders or whatever are like, "You got a brilliant idea. We're gonna host ourselves a town social. We're gonna have music
have a
and whatever
party."
food." Yeah, exactly. And so they're like, "We're gonna go have a fun thing. It'll be great." And then the day before the social is when it comes out about Ezra and Thomas and who they really are. And then the next day, Mary's all like dressing up for the social and like trying to like put on blush, and she's like Ellery's like, "Is there a guy you're trying?" It seems like maybe a guy you're trying to impress, and she's like, "Yeah, it's not our cousin."
You know, Mary was like, yes. You know, she was just
Is ready. And then I was also like, but then they have to keep up the act. I'm like, you can't be flirty with him at the social, right? They're gonna be like, why is she flirting with her cousin?
just like Amity Falls would be like, that's fine. You know, like
I did wonder. I was like, they are first cousins, but it is Amity. Is this Appalachia? Is my question.
apologies to Appalachia. Like, you know, it's days of yore, you know, like who knows what's going on. But yeah, I was like, Mary, you are so freaking lucky. You know, like you really had it on for your cousin and we all knew it. Because I was getting that vibe. I was like, she's into her cousin. But then I was like, I'm going to ignore that because I refuse to acknowledge cousin lovers when it's not, you know, forced upon me. And then I was like, okay, yeah. Okay. So she was into her cousin, but thankfully he's not her cousin. Okay, got it. So they're like, so we're all just gonna like go to this social and we're just gonna watch. And in my head, I'm thinking, this isn't a good plan. We need a more solid plan.
Exactly.
The dark watchers. It sounds like you're just being the watchers, and that's not gonna cut it.
No, Ellery was like, so what do we do if we find him? Do we kill them? And they were basically like,
Oh, we can go.
maybe we could try.
We'll
Yeah.
see. And I was like, so several people are dead at this point. We should really probably.
We only need like a better, so do the hunting. We need a better plan. It was a really bad
plan. And lo and behold, of course, when they're at this social, who goes missing? Sadie. And so then Whitaker. Oh, and by this point, Whitaker has left and then come back because he's like, I'm in love with you. And I was like,
and Ellery's like, tell me things about yourself. And he's like, I can't tell you anything. And she's like, then F off.
Yeah. But Elle shows up and he's like, hey. And I'm like, my darling, he is one of them. Like,
Yeah,
this
for
one is
real.
like so obvious.
Every time anything magical or magically bad happened, like he's around. And literally, like when the not Uncle Ezra says something like, there's strife happening at this social, it means that
And he's
they're
like, has
here.
anyone
Who's
knew-
here that shouldn't be here? Anyone
has
knew.
anyone knew that's shown up recently when
And then
these
she
things
literally
started
goes,
happening? She's like, I
Whitaker.
don't know anyone.
Whitaker's walking in here. And I'm like,
It's true.
Whitaker.
I was like, you are so close.
so
you are
true.
so close.
I was so scared because Erin was very clearly setting up like a red herring in Whitaker. That was one of those that I'm like, this could be a red herring, or he really could be, because I knew that this was like going to be somewhat Rumplestiltskin-y somewhere in here. I was like, this could be, maybe it's not a red herring. Maybe the red herring is that I think it's a red herring, but he actually is the bad guy. And I was very stressed about it.
I was kind of where my thoughts were with him. I was like, I knew from the start that he had something going on, but I was like, okay, is he going to be evil? And then about not that far in, I was like, I think he's reluctantly evil. I think he's going to turn it around.
I'll be honest, by the second interaction, I was like, I don't know if he's going to be evil or not, but I'm going to be on his side no matter what. I was like, I literally don't care. I think I'll be in love no matter what happens. This was the first time ever I've been like with a fae, I've been like, even knowing this is a horrible life and that you were fae and that there's no way this could end well for me, I genuinely don't think I could have resisted if I were in Ellery's shoes.
I mean, who among us? Like, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Take me away. Yeah. Okay. I would have been into it. Sorry.
It was insane.
Especially it seemed like not a lot of better options.
Oh, there were like no other options.
I was like, okay, yeah, a hot trapper shows up and is just into you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
She's only human, you know?
He's cute and funny and super annoying.
Hi, my sister. You know, everyone's got some kind of drama, some kind of killing.
Everyone's something.
You know, his is just that he is an evil entity designed to sow discord and kill people.
See,
and that is
An eternal dark watcher
I'm so
being.
usually into the evil entities, but I just
Maybe
wasn't.
because he wasn't evil enough.
Yeah,
See, there was really
the
very
hell
much
he was.
of him.
His heart wasn't in it. You know, it was like, okay, commit. You know, one way or another, commit.
Very much.
Maybe that's what it was. We had to be about the Darkling. His heart just wasn't in it.
No, I like to pretend it wasn't, but it was, which is why the Darkling doesn't do it for me.
I don't know. I don't think his heart was fully in it.
Totally in it.
Darkling
God, a quick start was my favorite. In the books.
Books are dangerous.
Give his speed. Oh my God. Dear Diary, Alina looked at me today. Later, I am going to destroy a country. Good night.
We're going to kidnap a bunch of orphans and hang some people in trees. Hope this gets Alina's attention. Someday we will be married. The Darkling Starcock. With Jeppo and Paulina. They're better for it.
Oh my God. Ooh. What if Nick Whitaker was writing in his journal?
Oh, it was
Oh
all
my
this.
God. Yeah.
Their honey-colored hair.
He's like writing really bad poetry.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And
Oh,
all the
absolutely.
other Dark Watchers are like, what the hell? Oh, stop, you guys, for real. It's been 500 years and they're still making fun of him. He's like, stop, oh my God.
Stop, oh my God, you guys, it's private.
These so annoying. God, I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
God.
That's what he's saying.
So
And-
kneeling.
So they get Sadie back. She's only mildly hurt, so it's fine. But they're kind of like putting it all together.
Heavily
obviously.
traumatized.
You know, she'll be fine. She's a tough cookie. And then like even more stuff is going on. And so basically they tell like the elders and the priest, the pastor and stuff, they're like, so these are not our relatives. They are in fact monster hunters, and here's what's going on. And
the Dark Watchers are all around us.
and the pastor's like, this is on none of this heathen stuff. We're gonna have a good old fashioned tent revival tomorrow. And they're like, okay, I don't think that's gonna help. And he's like, by the Lord Jesus Christ, we're gonna have.
He's like, what you're describing are demons.
Demons in our town.
Someone must have called them down. We gotta find Sinner out.
He's doing some real fire and brimmy stuff.
He really is. And you can tell everyone is becoming more and more unhinged. Erin,
Oh my God.
excellently. The slow progression into madness.
Yeah, it's like crazy in town now. And so like
Have you watched The Preacher?
No.
That's it. Okay. It got real this part for me, but
Okay, I'll watch it. And then I'll be like, this is just like It's Small Favors. That's what I'm gonna be like.
And then they tell me all about it, and I'll be like, oh, and then I'll never watch it. I'll still be trying to watch Twin Peaks. You're never gonna, yeah.
So like they're at this revival or whatever, and everyone he's like, you gotta confess your sins.
he's
because
like,
that's what we're
everyone
all doing."
confess publicly. It'll be great.
I didn't like this.
Okay.
He's
This
like,
was
then
like,
God
oh,
can forgive
this is
you,
like a
and
cult.
your fellow man can forgive you. And then
I'm
everyone
just saying,
starts
I went to a
confessing,
cult
and
where
every
we had
fellow
to do
man,
that.
Ooh.
everyone starts
Giving cult.
confessing, and then everybody else is like, yeah, I don't forgive you.
Didn't
And he's like,
to
this is
plan.
great. This is what we wanted.
This is healing. We're working things out.
This is working, and everyone's like punching each other. It's
Literally,
like,
yeah.
it's going bad. And Ellery is like, I would like to confess that here is wrong, and they're on the watchers out of the forest. And she was going off, and so that was crazy. And then everything goes
Then he's
absolutely
like-
nuts after this.
The pastor's talking to an angel, and Ellery's like, wait, who are you talking to? And he's like, this angel who's guiding me. And she's like, that ain't it?
No. Just like Abigail ain't Sadie's imaginary friend.
Oh, turns
So
out
the Dark
everyone-
Watchers have been telling you what to do the whole time. And then, yeah,
Oh,
exactly as you
right.
said, everything goes crazy. Cray,
Yeah.
cray.
crazy.
They're like killing, beating up, setting fires, burning down
It's
things.
very bad.
Things just pretty much get worse and worse and worse throughout. I feel like I'm reading the book of Job, but in the
Yeah, it went
like
quickly, absolutely nuts. I was like, okay, Erin, we are really getting close to the end game here, and I do not see how we can resolve this.
Nope.
Spoiler, we don't really
We
resolve
don't
it.
really.
And so,
Things go to hell and then they keep going.
yeah,
Even further into hell.
he figures out that Whitaker is one of the Dark Watchers. And it's like, girl, we have been saying this since page 5.
She's
You know-
so mad at him
Yeah.
about not telling her. And I was like, why would you care?
You know what? She wasn't as mad as I thought she would be. Because
She did get
kind
over
of
it
like,
real fast. She was like, but he is tall.
oh, you feel, yeah, if you're real, still very tall. 2 seconds, and then she's like, oh, man.
She really did flip real quick. She was all mad and like yelling at him and being like, don't come near me sort of thing. And then he's basically says something like, it's all because I love you, Ellery. And she's like, he's so tall. Like, I guess maybe we could be okay.
Hey, I fought it over.
But she
over it.
figures out how to end it all. Well, she thinks she figures out how to end it all. She's like, she's like, the woman.
name
I
of
need
the
her real
queen.
name. What's the name
Yes.
of the woman with you? And he's like, I cannot tell you that. And then she's like, well, tell me. And he's like, I cannot tell you that. And then the woman appears. And she's like, hello, Ellery. Finally,
then he
we meet
disappears.
in person.
Yeah.
And yeah.
She's like, remember that time I made you burn down the schoolhouse? Because by the way,
Yeah, she also had,
at some point during the story made
She
Ellery
did
burn down the schoolhouse. Yeah.
that stuff too, because that was like their first kiss, and it was a dream, but also real.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
real,
Yeah, that was confusing.
and so that was crazy.
Oh, and then they have their other super passionate kiss. It seems like he's saying goodbye, and then he disappears, and then the Dark Watcher Queen lady shows up. This is the woman she saw in the field, and the same one who made Cyrus burn down the field in the shed.
She's like the big bad.
Yeah, she's the big bad.
Yeah, and she's like, I can make you one of us. She's like, actually, if you join us, I'll keep your family safe.
yeah.
And she's like, no, like, I
I
want
was like, no, for the good of the
everything?
hive,
Yeah. She's like,
Yeah, she's like, I want to keep the whole
to
town
be safe.
safe. Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. You see, these other watchers that are with me, they like, she sacrificed herself for her sister. He became this for his brother. So we're just gonna do like pick your favorite
Yeah.
sibling.
Whitaker sacrificed himself for
yeah.
his ill sister, and that's how
So
he
noble.
became a horrible. I knew that one was gonna get you. I was like, it was
He's like, well, what if I know your name? And she's like, you don't know my name. She's like, well, what if I did? She's like,
and I was like, right, here we go, Rumplestiltskin,
I had no idea that was Rumplestiltskin still. I just knew it was. She's like, well, what if
She's like,
you
get
gave me 3 guesses?
Yeah.
And Ellery's like, yeah, easy bet. Which I was like,
The confidence.
no, like you have zero. I was like, you have zero
I'd be
clue
like,
what this lady's
Sarah,
name is.
Tiffany.
She had such confidence with zero context at that point. And
Well,
then
she was
she
like,
started
I
thinking,
think Whitaker gave me the clue. She's like, and
yeah,
like,
but she
he
just
said
that
something
before
weird.
she agreed to this. She
No,
agreed to it. And then
no.
she was like, wait, maybe I might actually know what her name is.
Maybe I
'Cause I think
know.
Whitaker is giving me clues. He's like, oh,
You-
flowers and stars and like mythology and this. And so
Which is
she
a
was
wide
like,
net, I have to say.
Oh my god, incredibly loud.
Still, like, I still wouldn't have gotten it.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
No way.
No.
I was
wouldn't
like,
gotten
her name's Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, I know.
there.
Sorry.
It's Lyra.
Yeah,
Like a hawk.
Lyra.
Because one of the constellations because one of the Greek mythologies
Yeah.
Oh my
like,
goodness.
was about
Okay.
Orpheus and his heart.
Sidebar real quick. You
Yeah.
know how when you don't know anything about something or you've never heard a word before
All
and
the
then
time.
you hear that word and then it's everywhere?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So 2 parts to this. Have you seen the Sandman? This TV show,
No.
The Sandman?
Well, actually, yes, I have seen some of it.
Oh.
I watched like
Just
2
blatant lie to me. No, I have not ever seen that in my life.
I know of it. I have not seen it.
So we've been watching it. We have like 2 episodes left. But 2 things. One, the story of what's his name? The harp player. Orpheus
Eurydice.
and Eurydice is like a big feature in this, which we
Oh.
just I just watched, and I never wasn't super into Greek mythology or anything, so I'd never heard that before, and I just last week heard this, and then it was in my book. I literally texted her. I was like,
You're like,
oh my god,
That's creepy.
yeah,
only
exactly.
I know one Italian aria, and it's che farò which is I forget something like about like what do you do Eurydice or something. But there's a whole opera that's about the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. So
Oh my god.
Right, so I was-
Oh, go ahead, Gina. Sorry. I have other
Uh,
Orpheus.
Oh, go do the Orpheus.
Oh, really quick. Jack Wolf, who played Violet in the Shadow and Bone show, is playing Orpheus in Hades Town now, Broadway. Which
Hades Town.
is
Ooh.
excellent news for Broadway
Wow.
fans
And
and also Jack Wolf fans. Okay,
Also, Hades
moving
Town
on.
fans.
And yeah, Hades Town fans.
The second half of that is again with watching the Sandman. There's a whole thing about like the Fey realm, which they bring in Midsummer's Night Dream. Like there's Puck and there's Tatiana.
Titania.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and like their characters. But we're watching it and Phil
I have to
goes,
watch it now.
I don't think I like the Fae. It's like that's like you're not
Sweetheart.
supposed to.
Yeah, like a
Nobody does.
You're on the right page,
like-
Phil.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was like,
Good
they're
for you,
good.
honey.
It's like,
They are
they're
not good. They're
Like,
mean.
no, they're not.
You're so right.
The thing. Oh my god, that is so cute.
So like when Avi dropped off Riley today, and Riley was watching Cars 3 from wherever point he had stopped watching it yesterday for the zillionth time. Javi has also seen this a zillion times just by being in the vicinity, but he's never sat down and watched it. And he sat down and he looked really, really serious. And I was like, Are you okay? Is everything okay? I didn't realize he was watching Cars.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. And I was like, what's
Really?
going on? And he was like, it's this movie.
It's just the cars are really.
He was like, well, how many years have passed between the first Cars movie and this one? And he was like, and it's also like like the car that's supposed to be his trainer. It's like he's training that car. And I was like, well, yeah, because spoilers, but at the end, he becomes her trainer. So it's a very obvious foreshadowing.
Right.
And he was like, yeah.
You're like, so how many times have you been in the room with Cars 3 on?
Like, I literally was like, you know the ending, right? He was like, yeah, he's her trainer. And I was like, right.
It's like when you're a child and like movies are just like a sequence of shapes and colors and sounds that you know the order of,
Yeah.
but you don't really put together what it means until you're old.
And then you're like, oh.
Yeah, we're like, oh, that's what that means. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just like, I was dying when he was like, I don't think I like this.
I
Anyone
am obsessed.
That is the objectively the correct
talk
choice.
about this.
I don't think I like the Fae.
You're objectively correct.
I was like, you're not. I was like, they're not good. They're not good people. They're not
bad.
These are bad guys.
Don't trust them. Don't trust.
You
them.
are famously not supposed to trust them. That was really kind of their whole thing. And our dear girl Ellery.
Yeah, but Ellery guesses.
I would have been too.
She guesses her name on the third attempt. It's just
I
like,
was
oh,
like,
I just
good
pulled
for
him.
you, girl. It seems to make a ton of difference at first.
No.
And then we have the Akatar girl who was like, I don't know what this riddle is. I can't figure it out.
Oh my.
What we're talking about.
What I could think of. Oh, wait. That is the first book, isn't it? Yeah. That's all I could think about. Yeah, no,
I would
Ellery
never
was like,
gotten
Ellery was
Lyra.
like, oh, I know. Ellery was like, okay, this. No, maybe it's this. Okay, and then she guesses on the third time. And meanwhile, in Akatar, she's like, I don't know what this is. And it's like, everyone's like, love. Love.
Screaming.
Except for me, I was like, damn, me too, girl. I'm stumped.
Please tell me no.
Everybody in the world, except for Feyre and Ash, we're like, I just don't know. Yeah. I have no idea.
Gonna take this to the grave.
That's exactly.
Man, I was not on the podcast at that point, but man, do I have things to say about Act.
That's her part.
Oh my god.
I mean, truly, that's my go-to answer for any riddle, really. I'm like, that's probably what it is.
Well,
Something like that.
Really, I mean, it's not a wrong.
It's obviously.
Ash was like plum.
It's obvious to some.
I can't tell you how, like, I had no answer. It's like when you look at a math question and you're like, I literally don't have, I've never been taught how to do this. You're like, not even a single idea.
You've read a lot more mystery thrillers since then. I think you're better at like putting together clues at this point.
I was really proud of myself because with the last Riley Sager book, which was a really good one I read, I was like, I guessed it.
Good for you.
The second time my whole life, and I knew the last time was just luck.
I know. I guess everyone by this point.
Yeah, and I'm literally like, I think I can write a thriller now. I successfully guessed it. Start writing a thriller.
Yeah, I've got this.
Yeah.
So Ellery goes back to the town and everything has gone crazy.
We don't know specifically what she asked for. We know that she guessed the names. She gets to ask for whatever her heart desires, essentially.
She does say,
we know
I
that
want you all to leave.
Yes. But then we don't really see, that's like it. We really don't get to see like how that interacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, then she's just back in town and like everything's on fire.
Yeah, like literally.
Everyone is literally killing themselves, like killing each other.
Yes.
And
Sam is missing and is going to get killed and
she can't find her sisters. Rebecca gives birth. And then Simon, is that her husband?
Simon, yeah.
Simon is like, why is the baby blood?
Oh my god.
And this was upsetting to me on many, many levels. But also I was like, a lot of babies are born blonde.
I know. I was like,
what color your hair was when you were. My hair was black when I was born.
I was like, I don't think this is enough for you.
He's like, I've seen.
He was
this
like,
exact
I've seen
shade of
that color. Literally, he says that, and I was like, have you?
I mean, he was right, but
it must have been like, I think subconsciously
he must have known.
He must have known.
It was everyone else knew.
I mean,
everyone
she
else
was like 3 months pregnant when they got married.
Yeah. So he must have like
somehow
the pieces were all in there.
But he like goes to kill Sam.
Yes.
And Ellery finds her sisters and they're like, oh my god, it was so bad, Ellery. Like he turned on Ezra or Ephraim and Ahmed, and he was also blaming you and all of this. And we find out before this, we had found out that he had made a deal with Lyra, like to spare him from getting killed.
He
Like
tried to trade his sister's
He
life.
whenever that was revealed, I was like, it's over. Like any shred
Same.
of
I was like,
sympathy I might have had for you is gone. I could not believe
Like, we'll save you. What are you gonna give us? And he's like, my sister.
my sister, my twin
She's like, that's not how that
sister
works. I know.
who loves me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I'm
Really good study in nature versus nurture.
I am fear.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there is something rotten in
gosh.
him.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I could not believe that. And so they're like, listen, it's over for Sam. Like, we gotta go. And she's like,
Yeah.
I have to go get him.
So she's like leading the charge
Yeah.
to try and go kill his own family.
Yeah. And thankfully, you know, Ellery didn't even get to interact with him again before this. Simon shows up and is like, hey, I know that you were sleeping with Rebecca. If nothing you carries
On my wife. And he's like, bro,
you were married yet.
He's
You were
like,
even,
everybody slept with your wife, just so you know.
Yeah, he says something like, how does it feel to be like
the
biggest
biggest cuckold.
Yeah, the biggest cuckold in Emily Falls. And I was like, wow, bud. And then Simon kills him. And I'm
Simon threw a hatchet at his chest and he died. And I was like, I was at a pause that I was screaming.
at that point, I was like, fair. But then Simon's like, only one other thing to take care of.
No, we really should have stopped there. Because
Yeah.
I was like, you had me there.
I'd have been like, honestly, Simon, you've never been so attractive. And then he said that, and I was like, oh.
And he ruined it.
Yeah.
So he goes to kill Rebecca, yeah. So
Yeah. And she's like, Ellery's like, no, my best. And goes and like,
yeah.
it's like, get your baby. And she's like, I literally just gave birth. And she's like, I'm going to get all these quilts to put in the back of the wagon, but we're going to take you and your baby because Simon's going to come back and like kill you for real. Because he knows it's not his baby. And yeah.
So everyone's getting in the wagon. We're leaving. And then we're like, goodbye, Amity Falls. It is literally on fire.
Literally burning.
Everyone is dying. And so it's like, well, that sucks. So they're leaving, and then they hit a snag, and they're like, Ellery gets out to check on it, but then who shows up? And guess what? He is not an evil Rumplestiltskin ass bitch anymore. Now he is
normal.
a normal boy.
Because that's something else that we find out she asked for. She asked for the Dark Watchers to go somewhere far away where they couldn't bother anyone. And she asked that Whittaker be set free. And then Whittaker's like, I don't know who I am or what to do anymore. And I was like, are we going to do this stupid thing again where it's like, oh, you need to go find yourself. Like before you.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Thankfully,
come
no.
find yourself with us. And I was like, here, and Whittaker was like, there's nowhere else I'd rather be, Ellery Downing. And I was like,
He is obsessed with calling her by her first and last name.
he is. And honey-haired girl. And I was like, he can give a nickname. This man.
And she gave him his name. I know. But we find out his real name is like Josiah White. And she's like,
White.
that's kind of lame. And he's like, I can still be Whittaker. You prefer what he's like, it's been a long time, you know, so I don't really care. She's like, pickle.
Okay.
So then they all leave. And I'm like, this is awesome.
It was really
Okay, squad, let's go. Let's go find parents and let's start again. Because this
Gotta get us some new bees. I was kind of like, after all that effort to keep the damn bees alive.
I know. Maybe they'll come.
I mean, the bees will be fine.
She
Bees are
does-
probably going to
She
be the
does
only
tell
thing that
them
are
beforehand. She's like,
Yeah.
we're leaving, and if you need to leave, it's okay too.
I thought that was sweet.
fine. Very sweet.
I
She's like, wait,
know.
these are my bees. Oh, like this is like a whole new generation of bees. They've only known me. And I was like,
I
good for you,
raised these
girl.
babies. These are my babies.
They're her bees.
Yeah.
Baby.
Well, her big bee.
Babies.
Oh, that's the book.
Yeah. It only took us an hour and 45 minutes to get there.
Well, you know, it would have
Mostly
taken
because
them,
we were
like,
trying to
14 hours to read
convince
it.
you. Mostly because we were trying to convince you, Wheezy, that you should be upset if your brother and best friend ever see you.
Yeah, that was probably at least 40 minutes of that. You know,
Probably was. Good Lord. That was
What's
a
wrong with
fantastic
you?
book. Okay. Favorite and least favorite parts. Gino, go.
Oh, why me?
Why me?
My favorite part was during the podcast when I realized I was Whittaker.
That was really good. Yeah, that was my favorite part too.
that. You're like, why do you think I've kept you around so long?
My least favorite part was when she found out that he took the honey from the bees. I was so upset. I'm still physically furious about it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
him to form in real life so I can slap him across the face. Like,
The most similar feeling I've felt to that is when Amy burns Joe's manuscript in Little Women.
Oh yeah, that was upsetting.
Physical anger I feel when I think about that.
But-
But of course, Amy isn't as bad as Sam. But in that moment, oh my God, I want to slap that little girl. You know, it's the exact same. I was like, I want to slap that boy.
I definitely feel more intensely about Sam.
But in the moment, you know, it's like, oh, this is horrible.
That's true. I
Yeah.
feel like that's that feels like that incident alone.
But it's just the incident.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sam in general, I am not sad he's dead. Whereas if Amy March was dead, I would be sad. But you know.
yeah, that's my favorite and least favorite part. Spoons?
My favorite part. I don't know. I liked it when they had Christmas and they were all dancing around playing the piano. I thought that was so cute. I loved that. And then I also loved when we found out that they were actually in fact monster hunters because it was not the twist I was expecting. And I thought it was crazy. And I kind of loved it. I was like, oh, now we're cooking, you know.
I was like,
Yeah, I know. My least favorite part, probably the bees. The honey was very bad. My other least favorite part was just like the fleeting information revealed that he had tried to wager his own twin sister's life.
God,
for his son.
so upsetting.
I'm still so mad. I'm actually furious. I hate Sam so much. I hate him. I hate him, Erin. What have you done? Hatred in my heart.
Didn't y'all used to have some sort of villain list? Like,
on the hate squad.
No, he's in the hate.
I was about to say that for sure.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Used to have they're gonna live in infamy.
He's on the hate squad.
Long after I'm dead, the hate squad will continue.
The hatred continues. Anyway, what about you?
Favorite part is probably one of the first times that she is talking to Whitaker alone because it's so sweet and fun and funny.
Cute.
Least favorite part might be the pitchfork stabbing into something and we didn't know what it was. It stressed me out so
it was
bad.
Yes.
So bad. And I'm going to go straight into favorite and least favorite characters, then we can just go backwards.
Yeah.
Favorite character, Ellery. She is, hello,
Love her.
competence. She is like the picture of she can do anything. Honorable mention for Whitaker because I'm deeply in love with him. And least favorite character, Samuel, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess honorable mention for Lyra, but like we knew she was like a bad, evil, spooky queen.
Yeah, like Fork Fountain Kitchen. We expected that. You know?
Yeah. We love her.
I would agree. Favorite character, Ellery. Least favorite, Sam.
Probably.
Yeah, I think I'm the same, except for that my honorable mention is the preacher for also least favorite.
Oh, I hate
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he bothered me a lot.
Yeah, he was the worst.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, I thought one more part I liked. I really liked the scary. I thought it was so scary whenever she woke up and Lyra was standing outside in the field and she was watching her through the
spooky.
window and then she turned around and waved. Oh, I was scared. And then
It was spooky.
So much.
I love a
would
good
be such a good scary movie.
I would watch this movie so
It was
fast.
very cinematic.
And then she was like, I think that doll is staring at me. The doll that Abigail gave. And she like hit the doll. I was like, I'm spooked. I'm so spooked.
I was spooked multiple times. This would be a really, really good movie.
Yeah.
Really scary movie.
I would love
like without being too scary.
Yeah.
I would
I love the
it.
vibes. Great
Super
vibes.
spooky.
I mean, bad vibes, but good for a story.
For spooky. Effectively spooky.
Effective vibes. Yeah. I would say that.
Oh my gosh.
Funny. Yeah.
Did we have any? Yeah. Did anyone do favorite quotes or just lessons learned? I did not do.
I
favorite
did not.
We basically don't anymore. It's just.
I do quotes when they
symbolic.
stand out. Nothing like stood
Yeah.
out to me. So
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Lessons learned.
boys are
Sometimes
dumb.
you can trust the
Boys are
Fey boy.
dumb. 10 commandments kind of lessons learned, really, for us. Never trust the Fae.
But Whitaker turned out to be trustworthy.
No, he wasn't though. Like he was
He
lying.
did his best.
He wasn't
did-
trustworthy though.
He was doing
He
his
wasn't
best, but yet
evil,
did
but
lie
he
a lot.
wasn't trustworthy. Like you can't trust.
Yeah,
him.
but he could have been so much worse. This is not.
Oh.
This does not sound
There
good.
could have been a award, you know?
A lot of things in my life.
So he learned is I'm sure I like the fit.
How does an Alzheimer good?
Trying to figure out this holiday.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's so iconic.
I didn't want to
I like the Fae. It's so funny. It's like the third guy ever to
I
hear
was
about the Fae in
dying.
like medieval England
think
or
it was-
something.
I think it
You
was
know-
last night, and I wanted to tell y'all so bad. I immediately text you.
Same thing I've ever heard.
You're not supposed to. Like, that's a good instinct.
Yeah. Keep that instinct, you know?
Oh yeah. I will say Ellery did keep to her standards. She was like, I am deeply in love with Whitaker and lusting after his tall self so much.
Yes.
But also, if he doesn't give me answers, we can't be together.
She really did.
She did. He was like, run away with me. And she was like, well, no, for so many reasons. First
Just
of all,
like,
I'm not
what's
leaving my
your
family.
name?
Second of all, I exactly don't even know your name. And he's like, well, I can't tell you that, but I know, like, but I love you and you love me. So let's just run away together. And she's like, I don't know your name. And she does stick to her what she requires.
I really
That's
like
good.
her a lot. I like she's got a good head on her
You are
shoulders. that
capable of
Ellery.
more than you think you are. She is like a prime example of
Oh, yeah.
making it up as you go along,
Yes.
pretending you know what you're doing, and things work out.
I'm proud of her.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Oh,
her
yes.
whole life was falling apart, and she really kept it together.
like a champ. Oh,
Good for her.
and she like looked good doing it.
She looked
I was
great.
Like, she looked like she knew what she was doing. You go, Ellery.
I liked it when Whitaker was like, "Hey, guy, it's been a while. You look great." And
She
Miriam
was like, no, I
No, we
don't.
were like,
She's like, I'm starving.
We
and
look
dying."
very bad.
like, so we are starving to death. So that is a lie. But thank you so much for saying so.
But I shouldn't have said that.
He's like, God dang it. They know that's not true. Hey, girl, you are looking shorter than me today.
I just said, oh my god, can't believe you do that. I am though, right? So it's that.
Oh, another lesson. You know, don't. Really, it all comes down to don't make deals with the Fae.
I was gonna say it comes down to maybe just never tell anyone your name.
Never tell
And they
anyone
have too much
name.
power over you.
Don't-
I think that is
yeah.
a great. That's a great. Yeah.
Don't talk
Great.
to
Yeah,
anyone.
you would. You're like, I live by that.
And you're like,
day.
I know.
Guys.
Me giving out my business card with my name on it to every person I meet.
Everyone has so much power over you now. Oh my God.
Low-key kind of embarrassed. What's that thing like that? Like this like weird like thing that like I can see this mannerism that like Gen Zers do.
embarrassed.
Really odd. This
Like
thing
pushing your hair behind your ear like
Yeah, like-
this.
like that. Oh my god, it's so
Like-
embarrassing. Everyone has my business.
Oh my God. Like she is really like trusting that.
Oh my god.
Her true name would catch me. Like you're about to go to the Jellicle Ball. Sorry, Cat's reference for everyone. Okay, moving on. The no, that's it. I don't have any other lessons.
I like to learn as little as possible. I never know what's gonna get her.
I really like to learn as little as possible. One thing about me, I like to meet the man. I like to not know anything.
I like to make drinks.
I like it when a boy is
Tall.
annoying. Yeah, and tall.
Honestly, I'll be real. The height thing is I don't have to be taller than me, but annoying, absolutely. They have to be
He was
annoying.
definitely annoying. Yeah,
They have to be like incorrigible.
he
I
was
like that word.
so me too.
Incorrigible.
That's not used enough.
He was hot. Yeah, he was hot.
He was irresistible.
Good for you, Erin.
Yeah.
I feel like the boy from House of Salt and Stars is also hot.
He was also hot, but he wasn't irresistible.
I think that
I literally
he was
like,
more of
I
a
will go
good boy.
against my better judgment for anything for Whitaker.
Yeah.
Never been so
Wow.
willing to throw away
It's
all of my good
crazy
judgment.
You
because
were
I
like,
did not
I
have
ruined
an
my life for that
emotion
boy.
for him.
So
Like
weird.
not
It's
one
a
emotion
Judgment,
for
I
him.
guess.
And I feel like usually you and I are kind of on the same page
We're
when
usually
it
on
comes
the
to
same,
the boys.
yeah,
so.
same wavelength. That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
But
he's my
For
soul.
everyone.
Probably
He
gonna-
probably is. You know? You need to find him.
Whitaker.
Go into the
I
book.
would throw my whole life away.
Shoving Ellery aside. Sorry.
I'm sorry. You don't ever hit him like I.
I would never do that to my girl. No. You have to find you another Dark Watcher. Yeah. Sorry. Guess so.
There's only one
It's over.
over. I learned I'll never love again.
Never. They're wrapping it up.
Pinky is up.
Oh, You guys,
Yeah.
I forgot to show you. Like what this is.
Very cute.
It's my bookmark. It's my mother's from when she was, I think, a teen. It has her initials on it. JLH.
Oh my god.
That is so
It's her.
sweet.
I don't remember. I guess she just found it once, but it's so cute.
It's so
I was
sweet.
using it.
I was
And then just like that.
what's her middle name? I'm so stupid. My middle name.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what does that sound?
Oh, right.
There is a weak link in this trio chain, and we know which one is.
I am putting it together.
Hang on. Give me an extra
Hold on
20
one
minutes. I'll
second.
get there. I'm getting there.
Soon I'll figure out that he is Faye. Not today, though.
Well, there. Pink.
Brother, we've been yapping. I'm going to give it
5. I'm going to give it 5.
Owza.
Oh,
It's all about the boy.
yeah.
A little bit about the boy, but mostly it's about, I would absolutely reread this like once a year, twice a year. This is absolutely a frequent reread.
Nice.
Hmm.
Way to go, Erin. I'm going to give it 4.5. I really enjoyed it. And I thought it was fun. I was very invested. I was reading it today during jury duty. I was just like this. And people were like, what are you reading? And I was like, have you ever seen the movie The Village? And there's Secure number one. This 23-year-old guy was like, oh, I thought maybe it would be like a romance. And I was like, no. So it's scary. And he was like, scary. And I was like, yeah, like The Village. And he's like, I've never seen The Village. And then this 57-year-old man who was juror number 3 was like, oh, that's like M. Night's last good movie. And he was going off. And a whole discussion about how this book is like The Village. And then I didn't get
the 23-year-old was like, I've never even.
Yeah, and I was
heard
like,
of that.
so either get on one of them, either read the book or watch The Village,
Yeah, one of
gotta
the
get
two.
on it. You didn't get picked, so I know you have time. So that's kind of where we were at. But yeah, I was very invested. So 4.5 for me.
So I'm gonna give it 3.5. And I
Okay.
think
Decent.
that might have to do with the fact that I read it so quickly.
I get that.
Like I didn't have time to marinate in it at all.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't not like anything about it. I wasn't, like I said, I also was not in love with Whitaker in the slightest.
And that
Like,
will
I
really
had
bump it
zero
down if you don't have a
feelings
love
towards him.
interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
That's
no
fine. He's like a whole 0.75 probably.
there was no love interest in it for me, and there was definitely a hate interest in Samuel, which is good. Like that's good
so
writing, and that didn't bring it down for me, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna go
I feel
3.5.
ya.
You didn't have anyone to fall in love with. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
does help a lot.
Great. Fine. More Whitaker for me.
So we did it. Small favors.
By Erin A.
Congratulations, everybody.
Amazing. Congratulations, Jeff, for being on the listen to this show. Still in
Hours of this.
Nobody you
Um,
be here. Are glad you stuck around.
Little do you know, someone is tied up in a basement somewhere. Poor Susan.
Of course, to listen to that. Tavi. And so funny. We can't say the same thing again. I don't want to hear about Whitaker anymore. No.
Goodness
Right.
gracious.
Well, follow us on
D-
Instagram.
5
that
stars
social
only
media.
on our reviews.
5 stars only on
Um,
you.
Tell
If you
people
wanna
about us. Tell all your
support-
friends and your enemies.
If you want to support the bookshop, then do that. Join our read-a-thon, even though it's got like
Yes.
2 weeks left or 1 week left. I don't know. You can still
10
join
days.
and help us win. And then
Yes.
if you want to support the bookshop, that's on a thing. I'm really good at this. And
ifunwomen.com, the story emporium and bookshop. All the links will be in the episode description, so you guys can go there and just grab them if you want to.
And Story
Yes.
Siren Studios and our retreat that's coming up in October. There's a couple spaces left for that in Pennsylvania, so grab on to that. We've got some really cool people coming. We got some
Some not so cool people coming.
speakers. Ash will be there, unfortunately.
She will be there, and she will be talking about her.
I'm sorry, but if you don't want to talk to her at all, I will lock her up in a room with duct tape if that's necessary. So just let me know
I
beforehand.
thought that was just for us, Gino.
Oh, I gotta take this.
all those things. So until next time.
Keep your teacups full.
Your pinky's high.
In your book
And your
club.
book club, Pretentious.